right, everyone. Welcome to what game are we playing now? Oh, that's right, Traveler 2E. It's been an interesting day for me. It's been an interesting day for at least Ghost. Oh, and Ronan. We're gonna do a little bit of banter here. While we're starting to get ourselves settled in and situated. Tonight's episode will primarily be Theater of the Mind, so those of you that just enjoy listening, you are not missing much on the tabletop side tonight. Those of you looking for big, interesting maps, I don't have a ton of them tonight, but we will try to make it up with interesting descriptions and fun improvisations from our very talented players. Ronan, why don't we start with you? How's your week going, man?
Yeah, buddy. It's been busy, but good. Got a lot of stuff done, and lots of stress relief from getting cars and things like that for children. And it was way too much stuff going on. But now we're going to talk about all sorts of fun and entertaining things that don't involve cars or children, which is going to be awesome.
Which I'm going to immediately make a comment about cars and children because, you know, even though my son is legal adult, I've never had the experience of having to go car shopping with him because he doesn't have a driver's license. So
I totally not missing out.
I have not had to do that very interesting experience. And I don't know if I'm happy or sad about that, honestly. Ghost, I know how your day was, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How was your day?
Was filled with minor traumas and overcoming each one of them and feeling proud about overcoming those traumas, I guess. I don't know. I'm a man, so I don't really want to talk about my emotions.
That's good.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but we're spring cleaning. Got a big old dumpster, throwing a bunch of stuff out.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a training day for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's that dumpster, Ghost and I went in half and half on it, and I put a bunch of shit in it today, and there was a lot of moments where, like, I was just in purge mode. My son was the one that was like, hey man, that might still be useful. Oh, wait, you just threw it away. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's trash. Everything in this pile in the garage, I have not seen in like 5 years, and therefore it cannot be that important. That was my philosophy. So I did throw away a lot of, monetarily valuable shit today, but also I have a clean garage, and that's worth it.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling myself.
Yeah, that's right. Dubs, how was your day? How's your week going?
Week is going pretty good. Filled with 3D printing, obviously. It seems to be an everyday event, which is the way it works. Today was a clean out the garage day along with yard work. So yeah, I got a chance to hang outside and actually get some sun. Definitely different than the week, which usually involves being inside, indoors, and away from the vitamin D. So
I love that. Like, Dubs is like, I got to be in the sun. That's in the positive column for him. Me and Ghost were like, I had to be in the sun is the negative column.
Yeah, no one wanted to do that. It was hot today.
We did not want. It was hot as hell, and the steel garage door, like, we closed it once we got the big stuff out. We stayed in there, and I have air conditioning in my garage, and I did turn it on, but like, it was struggle bussing, and the sun was turning that door into just. It was like a heating plate on one end. It was almost radiating into the garage.
Went to put my hands on the dumpster later on, and I was like, "Ow, that's hot! I don't want to touch that anymore."
Yeah, we were wearing gloves for that reason. Well, and other reasons, because you got stuff that's been sitting there for that many years. You have no fucking clue what's in there.
Yeah, spiders and stuff.
Oh, I found a box today of dishes that I had meant to throw away years ago, but instead they just ended up in the pile. And because they've been in the pile, like, they're all just sharp shards of glass. It basically was it was a box full of cut your hand. Luckily I was wearing gloves. And Kurt was like, what would that used to be? And I went, I don't know, but it's a big old danger now. We'll just throw that out. All right, Kizik, I haven't given you a chance to do the sound check. How was everyone's voice, and how was your week?
Everybody sounds good, crystal clear. I had a busy chick-friendly week where I spent at least 6 hours.
You should always be
last-
friendly to the chicks because that's just how it works.
Cause I'm a man, yeah.
Oh Lord.
I have 6 little baby chicks, and I hold them frequently.
That's cute. Not what I was expecting.
I knew.
I also
Go ahead.
It's
I had
best
a-
to build up a good rapport before you eat them.
you don't want to eat the chicks; they're too small. It's just
Well, I know,
feathers
but
and
when they get
bones.
older,
Yeah, we want to eat their unfertilized ovum. I had to go outside and cut with a hacksaw through a downspout to put on a little catchy thing so we could have a rain barrel so we can do the front yard garden. And it's really exciting, and it was not too hot outside. And my wife came out to help and was behind me for like 20 minutes before I turned around, like frustrated because hacksaw through like flimsy, stupid downspipe aluminum is never a fun thing, and I didn't want to scratch the house that it's connected to. And then she's like, "I'm here to help," and I went, "Cool. I don't know what I can ask you to do. You want to cut this?" And she said, "No, I can go get some scissors." Okay, go for that.
Nice.
It's the thought that counts.
Rain barrels are legal where I live.
Man, you can't catch that free water.
Not allowed to.
Yeah, we have a mosquito problem, and most people don't take care of them.
I mean, you put a top over top of it. Water.
It's
can't
more
get
like
up.
the water people don't like us stealing the water that they could possibly pay or get paid for. I guess I don't know.
I mean, that's not the reason they give, but maybe a little bit of that too. Although they get their water from the river, so I don't think they're that worried about it.
They still charge out the ass for it.
Well, yeah. But what they really charge for are your turds. You want to talk about something highbrow on our stream? Let's talk about where our turds go and how much that costs.
Go into
Oh,
my
man.
backyard.
You have a septic?
I do. One
Oh.
of the dumb modern ones that I have to clean out every year, though. And by
Oh.
I mean a guy. He's real chipper about it.
By I mean someone who is obviously on antidepressants because he needs to be.
Talk about a job that doesn't pay enough. You could not pay me enough to do that.
Indeed. All right, gentlemen. So we had a 4-week gap in time between last session and this session in game. So this gave you the option of having up to 4 weeks of, study time to put towards a study period. A study period is 8 weeks. So it's basically half a skill point. Those of you that took up the banner and sent me a response and tried to make it all work, I appreciate that. Those of you that Google AI'd it and cost me hours of frustration today, you know who you are. So I still appreciate you. I'll even give you that. But we're gonna start by going over what some of these players did. So in the last episode they had a little adventure in Drift, and when that adventure was over, there was another 3 weeks. Now we're gonna end on Ghost because I'm gonna tell a little story before we go with what happened to Ghost. But we're gonna start with Kizik because he was the first one to post a response. Kizik, you're muted.
I'm supposed to say, I thought you were going to read it. I'm ready. So Brelix he's really excited. He wants to meet. He's overwhelmed with his like sense of hominess because he thought that was gone. It had been 2 years of just actively fighting, and we're in a warlike mindset, and that's all you can think about is trying to make sure that you're good. But then his house was right there, and he felt so good about that. And then they did some bounty hunting. He's like, oh my goodness, I'm just like a kid again. Even though it's only 2 years have gone past, he still like feels like he's aged so much, and he's just overwhelmed with all the things. And he sees Greta, and Greta, like, he doesn't have the memory of getting drunk and scaring Greta off about talking to her because she was the only other person that had a book. But he, like, still, like, oddly, like, reaches out. She made him his exoscoot, and he just hangs out with her all he's possible. He says, you got all of these things, like, let me help you organize these. I'm going to organize these by, like, expiration date because, you know, that's not a limited time value anymore. And, after a couple of days, like Greta begrudgingly also kind of, I don't know if he likes that or not, but Relix thinks it. There's a little bit of begrudging friendship growing. Greta tells him, hey, you should go to the back of the pub. There's a teeny tiny hole there, and you should just head on in there. So for the first week, Relix just like relaxes and tries to be a social critter. Meets a bunch of other Bwops in this beautiful hidden grotto that's got water. You have to be teeny tiny to go through the teeny tiny hole. You have to shed your not traditional wobble wop garbs so that you can be with the other Bwops. While there, Brelix stands out because he's got cybernetics implants, and he explains like I didn't want these in any way, shape, or form. I was invaded, and the Unity's actively taking over the planet, and we've got to fight them back. And the other Bwop are just living on like this guy that has gone and done these things, and the Bwops are very, very stay in your place and follow the structure. And Brelix enjoys it. The second week he does like odds and ends, just computer jobs because that's what he does, and he knows he needs money because that's what Bwops do. You have to find your place, and you have to go like just earn some money. The third week, Brelix gets a planetary map. He knows that all of the different resistant cells have their own isolated thoughts and opinions, and there's a couple of people who probably have a bigger overarching view, but Brelix is he needs to continue to be in the like I'm ready to get called on and fight mode. So he has his map out, and he imagines a couple of super scary death robots. He imagines like a platoon of the guys with the big shields, and he imagines the regular like henchmen. And he goes, "Cool, we need a strike here, and then if we shouldn't go in through the icy waters because that was very exposing last time. We should do something else." And just comes up with different strategies and tries to keep his mind sharp. In the last week, Brelix works. He tries to find a little bit more lucrative jobs because he needs to upgrade his software. He needs to have more penetrating bullets so that the next time that they're called upon, that his team and him can survive and thrive.
I'm going to throw a modification out here that I asked you to make. Your week 4 description should be that he gets a little surgery from the local doctor.
Brelix gets a little surgery from a local doctor.
And in the future, when we do these time gaps, try not to turn it into here's a wish list of shopping lists, which all of your stuff was great. It's just that last week just felt like let me put a wish list in here. Let's, it's when we're doing a shopping episode in between episodes, I'll tell you guys. But other than that, fantastic effort, by the way, for like laying out the weeks and all the stuff that's in there. And I looked desperately while you were going through that for the how do I turn Kizik back from the 2 times speed to at least the 1.5 speed. That playback. That was you were on it, man. So yeah, that's where Brelix is at. Brelix is gonna have, because of his help with Churchill is going to modify his cybernetic implants to have a quantum entanglement device, which is a super high TL thing that is not something that is easily replicable by the science that you know and understand. But in essence, it allows a low bandwidth voice communication with Churchill, and that will happen no matter where you are in the galaxy. You can be light years apart, and you'll be able to speak. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Sure you can. Ronan, you put the next one in. Let's hear the story of what Marcus was up to.
Marcus has got a lot going on in his head after seeing the capriceps that were mutilated and experimented on in the last mission. And just that brings back a lot of memories of his actual parents and his adopted parents. He's feeling kind of alone, with the exception of the other party members that keep him grounded. So he's been spending a lot of time on the outskirts of Drift, kind of just keeping his mind busy, going around and doing everything he can to keep the village safe, like extra shifts of just like wandering around and scouting and making sure that he can prevent things. And in his free time, he goes to the arena and starts trying to see where he fits in normal capriceps society as he tries to find himself a new place of belonging outside of just the other party members.
Okay. I didn't do quite enough justice for the arena. But that's where the arena is for the capriceps, and the grotto is on the other end. And they're both accessible through the bar, whose name I've forgotten. So, yeah. Next up, we have Thodubs, who came in at the 11th hour. Pat on the back, though, because totally came in and wrote a story that is got good RP things. Thodubs, how did Garrett? By the way, Garrett is the name of my character in the Florida Green campaign, and it is really fucking with me. Just so you're aware. That you picked the character name that my other character is using. Just throwing it out there. Anyway.
Well, that's how I roll. I kind of, it's all about causing disorder and disarray. So that's how I work.
Sounds like you. So how did Garrett get through his few weeks?
So coming in at the 11th hour So Garrett had after the party kind of split up to kind of go and do their own thing. He really wanted to have some time alone. He's it's not that he wanted to be alone, but again, to process all the different things that have been going on throughout his time doing the bounty hunter work. He wanted to be able to get some time to go do some fishing and hunting as well. So he stayed outside in the drift area and actually just kind of disappeared out into the nether regions for the longest time. He'd kind of hang out there. So each week he'd hang out there doing camping and fishing and hunting, and then he would come back to visit with the good folks at Drift and swap stories about their adventures, also their hunting and fishing stories, which is something that Garrett was in the process of doing. And he'd also trade a lot of his fresh kills and things for further survival supplies and hunting supplies before he would take back out into the wilderness. This time gave him a good opportunity to reflect and to recenter himself on who he is and the kind of person he wanted to do. It also, even though the area of Drift was a lot colder than what he is used to, it did bring a sense of comfort to him to at least be in somewhat of a cold environment, to be in something that was familiar to him, but yet to be able to be out on his own. During this time period, he wanted to try and exercise more of his skills that he had already learned with the group, with the party. so that he can be more effective in being able to protect himself and protect others. Looking at some of his unarmed skills along with survival abilities out in the cold wilderness.
Okay. And by all of that bounty hunting, you mean that one bounty he did?
Correct. This
Yeah.
was again. This was kind of new again to Garrett. He's new to the team. He's been working with them for a while, but this was kind of a different experience for him, and getting used to that as well.
Okay. So for mechanics reasons, on your character sheet, make sure you mark 4 weeks of training for a skill, because you listed 2 in your description. You need to list 4 weeks, which is half of a study period, on your character sheet for one of those 2. Technically, you could divvy it up and do 2 and 2, but I don't think you want to make it any more complicated than it already is. That's just my guess.
Math could be hard sometimes. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that.
No. I've noticed that sometimes you miss out on getting to upgrade your character because, I'll ask you what skills you're pursuing, and then you'll alternate it. And you'll alternate it enough that you could have had a full skill point, but you keep shifting between skill points instead of getting up to your 8 weeks and doing your full study periods. So I highly suggest you mark that down and stick to it next time you have some downtime for your characters so you can get those extra skill points in.
Yep, got it.
All right. So that brings us to Hylar. Now, before we get to Hylar, for the first week, you guys, that was your session last time. You kind of played that first week of what happened. And for 2 of the other 3 weeks that are in this gap, the Defender was out doing things. In fact, it was bringing missiles to all the good little boys and girls of the Resistance that needed them. Helping evacuate refugees from... It's out being a resistant ship, while your crew was basically off rotation. One of those missions was an evacuation mission, and the Defender pulled up to a station that was about to fall under attack by the Unity, and there were civilians, stampeding the bays, and there just wasn't enough room for all the civilians. Calico was trying to help, coordinate traffic, and she turns around, and this Aslan parent, shoves its kitten into Calico's arms before the door is shut, and she realizes that she's now holding this baby, and the parents are left on the station, and she doesn't know what to do with this baby. So one of the things that she is going to be trying to do is to get Hylar to help her during that last week find a home for this baby, because she's still going to stay in the Resistance. She's not just going to give everything up and be a stay-at-home mom for this kitten. But she is going to make sure that someone in town has this child and is taking care of them. So with that known as a background, how does Hylar's 4-week gap go?
I was helping out around Drift as much as I can, especially with the cannery, and then she brings home this kitten, and everything has changed.
Yep, and that's when we lost Ghost.
Sorry. So I'm trying to help around Drift and do the best I can. Then she brings this kitten home, and I'm going to try to find any other Aslan that could possibly take this kitten. I will look high and low around Drift to try to find another volunteer or press gang somebody if I can. Because you're right, we are not ready to be parents.
You can just say how that all works out. You don't need to. This is your story now.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so we end up we find this scruffy gentleman that he's a lot like Wolverine when Wolverine was in his lumberjack phase. Did not want anything to do with this kitten, and between the two of us, Calico and I changed his mind What's the kitten's name? Do we know?
Wasn't delivered with a name, just shoved into arms.
Goodness. All right, Lil. Little Luigi's gonna be living with old Wolverine. I'll have to come up with names for these guys.
Oh, I'm sitting here writing down little Luigi in my notebook.
Oh, that one's definitely staying.
Okay. Okay, so you were helping out at the cannery. I don't, like I said, 4 weeks of a study period towards something. It doesn't have to be related to your story, but something that kind of makes sense that you would be able to do on Drift. And you guys all meet back at one of the bars. There's multiple now. I cannot remember what I was going to give this one. This one is not the Meltwater Ends. It's not the one with the older lady, but this is the one that has the grotto and the arena in it. Yeah, so this has become kind of a hangout spot for the members of this group. And you guys are here having drinks, having a beer, and there's going to be an emergency recall, but let's just have a brief moment where you guys have run into each other at the bar. It's not planned or anything. You all just happen to be here. And let's see what you guys have to say to each other.
Hey, Laura, you look a little light-handed there. What'd you do to the baby?
We found this, not necessarily like a drifter kind of guy, but, it's just somebody that could watch him permanently. It's probably going to work out. It's definitely going to work out. It's just going to be a good thing.
Wait. You found a drifter, and you permanently gave a baby to him.
Another Aslan, not just like any drifter. Like we had to find the right guy that could do it.
And the right guy that could do it. You're right. You are not ready to be a parent.
Exactly. I'm not the right guy, but we, Calico and I, we found another guy. It's probably going to work out okay. We'll see.
What could go wrong?
Anyway, that's why I'm drinking, because I already missed the little bugger.
Luigi.
He was so funny. Can I get another round over here, please? Right here. Yes. Okay, thanks.
As you turn to get another round, and the waitress brings you one, you see Braylix sitting at the next table over. He's just come out of the Blop Grotto again, having recently completed a small surgery. And he's got on traditional Blop wear, which is unusual for him. Kizik.
Hey, you guys. I am sorry for my appearance. It's a lot warmer in there. How's everybody going? And Relix is like rubbing the back of his neck.
You're looking a little moist there, buddy. You like that place? You've been in there for a while.
It's amazing the conversations you can have in there, the freedom of being without the all of the snow gear that you need to survive in this extremely cold planet. It's so nice in there. I wish you guys were smaller. You would never. It's still wet in there. Your fur would be cold. Where's the baby?
Again, so Luigi's with this guy, kind of like, man, he was reminding me of my it's like a Wolverine kind of guy. I'm trying to remember his name. Anyway, we're gonna call him Uncle Logan for a little while. Anyway, Luigi's staying with him.
So I didn't make the cut.
But we gotta stick, him with people that are his people as much as we can in these dire times. I can't do it, and Calico can't do it. You can't do it either, man.
You and I live together. I know exactly he needs 64 strokes on his fur all the time. You'd like to
That's
do it with your tongue, but I've got this wet cloth that we used to. Yeah, I could have. No,
you
we
could
have to
have,
go
but
save. Yeah, we
you're
gotta
right.
save
We
the
don't
money.
have time for it. And believe me, I'm actually pretty upset about it. He was quite a little shadow for a little bit. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. One for me, barkeep. And he pours like the smallest thimble of a shot, and I hold that up to Hylar.
I want to say this isn't such a Bop Guado in here. They know not to serve you alcohol, and he brings you a root beer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love how everyone's just giving Hylar shit about the baby. Also, at that moment, the door blusters open, and in the traditional RPG sense, in stumbles a man covered in furs and long ass beard that's been twined together, and it's Garrett.
Oh gosh, is it? Oh man, it's getting a little cold out. Oh my gosh, look at you guys. Hey, I know you guys. How you doing?
Doing great, but wait. Hey, Hyler, is this the drifter guy that you gave the baby to?
It's
No.
Uncle Logan.
Drifter guy. What do you mean, drifter guy? What's this? Do I look like a drifter now?
What happened with your face?
Oh yeah, just put on a little bit of fur. I figured, just you're out in the cold and you get to kind of hang out in the woods a little too long, and you kind of become one with nature.
How do you keep it clean?
Well, I have this special brush.
I do know. I get it.
Yeah. It's I call it Lucille. So the brush actually keeps. So Lucille takes care of me, and yeah, it's But I do not use Lucille on the furs though. The furs are different. I got to use something else for that.
You want to have a drink?
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, is Braylix drinking something? That's not like liquor.
I think it's a sarsaparilla or something, root beer maybe.
Oh,
The
okay,
barkeep gave it to me. It's okay.
It's okay. All right. I just didn't know if we were gonna get. Okay, great. Let's let me get a chair. Yeah, I'll take one of each of these drinks here that these guys have.
The waitress takes your credit chip and goes ahead and runs you up a little bill and brings you back 4 drinks. And right as they clink on the table, all of your mobile comms and Braylix, disturbingly enough, in your head is a alert chime. This alert chime is a text message that is an immediate emergency recall to the defender, saying that there has been a crisis and your crew is being activated for a mission.
I
Guys,
grabbed
we
one
have
of
to go.
Garrett's. Yep, I grabbed one of Garrett's drinks and then my drink because I have 2 hands and I'm gonna walk out the door with both of them.
Hey! Whoa! Where are you going?
We got him recalled. We gotta go.
That does not mean steal my drink.
You only have 2 hands.
Well, I can
Brelix has
drink
run
fast, though.
through the door.
Where's Marcus? Shit, where's the defendant? Where do we gotta go?
Well, first, I think Marcus is muted. He looks like he's trying to speak, but like it's just doing the blinky thing.
Yep.
There we go.
Mute.
There we go.
So yeah. Anyway, my bad. I was like, well, they're distracted. I'm gonna grab Garrett's other drink and follow them out.
All right.
And I was making funny comments of Hylar about how he needs 2 drinks, one for him and one for the drifter that he left the baby with.
I just like how everybody took my real liquor and left me with the root beer. What's up with that?
Root beer's good for you.
We gotta go.
So you guys would have a muster point out at the edge of town where you would go there and get driven back to the defender, and it is something that is we're gonna do it like a little montage, and it takes a minute. It takes several minutes. to get to the muster point and then to get flown out to the Defender. I'm going to bring up the Defender map. The Defender map has not been updated since the last mission, and because of that, it is not going to be accurate for several different things. Most notably, it will not be accurate to what is in the cargo bay. So, as you guys arrive, you'll arrive through the air raft bay. That's this bay here. So, the Defender's in dock, but it's a flurry of activity. It's like a beehive that's been kicked with everyone going around, getting ready for launch. You know, it hasn't been here that long. It certainly hasn't been here long enough to get fully refit. And as you come in, one of the first things you notice is that this cargo bay has been nearly completely emptied. Right now, there are a set of steel rails over here on this side that are actually extending all the way into this hangar. And on them are these pods. There are a dozen of them. They are about 6 or 7 feet long and probably 3 feet in diameter and shaped roughly like a teardrop. A very rough teardrop. It's made of metal plates that are welded together. And there is a Vargar mechanic over here welding on them. You can hear Herkimer over here working on the suits and, you know, being his normal grumpy self. He tends to be a little grumpy when things are a little bit too busy. Like, he's very cheery when he's just getting to do what he wants, but when he's under a lot of pressure, he gets a little snippy. And that's as you guys enter. And you did notice that there's several crewmen being recalled. Other members of the Resistance, crew members that are part of the flight plan. You also notice that all of the flight group Calico is normally a part of, and that Calico herself doesn't appear to be here, which is unusual because generally she and her flight group are based out of the Defender. Where do you guys go?
Does my head tell me, like, go to the briefing room?
It doesn't, but you can ask these kinds of questions. You now have, like, more or less permanent communications with Churchill, if that's what you want to do.
No, it's klaxoning. We're the first person I see is Herkimer. I go, Herkimer, where are we recalling to? Hi, please don't lick me. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys walk over to the workshop area where Herkimer is, because you jumped ahead. Okay, so as you walk in, this bay is well known to you because this is where you would be put into your suits of armor. And your suits of armor, which were in atrocious shape after the last mission, are hanging up on racks and actually look like they're in relatively good condition, except for they are still in pieces. Like, they are obviously being reassembled. You walk up behind Herkimer as he is facing the comms console, having a conversation with Commander Griggs, and who is in charge of the Defender. You hear Griggs say, I thought you said the suits wouldn't be ready. And Herkimer's like, no, I managed to get the parts while we were at the port with that, that Vargar port with the Corsairs and such. They just wanted a nuclear bomb in exchange for the parts. And Griggs goes, a what? God, tell me you didn't give them a nuke. And he's like, no, I just, so there's this really cool Vargar. He's on our crew now. By the way, I recruited somebody. I should probably tell you about that. He's in there. Anyway, he helped me put together this box full of, it was made out of a toilet bowl, and we put some pinball machine parts in it, a little bit of radioactive spray. They won't know the difference till they try to detonate it. Oh, they're probably going to be pissed, by the way, just so you're aware. But I did get the parts I need for the suits. We should be ready in an hour or two. And Greg just goes, Herkimer, we're going to have to talk about this later. When you see the guys, send them up to the room. And then he clicks off. You guys are standing behind Herkimer, and he turns around. He's like, oh, guys, hey, your suits. I have some improvements that we can talk about. You guys are going to be, like, super happy with some of the stuff I got. Also, how's your salinity there, Brelix?
It's just fine, thank you. He says, taking 2 huge steps back.
Anyway,
unless you need that for, like, some kind of integration. No, the suits don't know that. And I take another 2 steps back.
Like, hey, the plan is going to be awesome. You guys are going to have a great time. And, how Hylar, you are very much not going to like this. Anyway, Griggs says that he's needs to see you guys in the briefing room, so I can talk about your suits now or when you get back. It's up to you guys.
Why am I not gonna like this?
Oh, I can't tell you. That's he's smiling ear to ear. He's like, Griggs has got to give you the good news. You're gonna very much not like this.
Oh, I'm gonna love this.
I gotta definitely hear what Griggs has got to say.
What the fuck?
But what about the suits? They're okay?
Oh
They're still in
yeah.
parts.
So Hylar, who hates flying, and he smiles ear to ear, got a flight pack. And after I worked out all the bugs, I put one in your suit too, Braylix.
You got my bug report. Yep, thanks. We got a flight suit. Yep, thank you.
Yeah,
Actually,
flight
that
pack.
sounds really cool.
So it can go from place to place. And, to handle that fire support issue you guys were talking about and a little bit of that firepower thing you wanted, I fitted Garrett's suit with a proper laser rifle. It is a wicked weapon. We don't have a lot of them, though, so try not to break it, because I would be hard-pressed to replace this thing right now.
Doctor, I knew I loved you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh.
It's got this hefty backpack. You will probably never run out of ammunition with it, but if the backpack gets hit, just know that you want to get it off as soon as possible, because let's just say you don't want to be on it if it starts what is the term when one cell detonates into the next? Oops.
Sympathetic detonation.
Yeah, that thing. You don't want to
Sounds
be
an awful lot like crossing the streams. I don't want to do that either.
Yeah, sorry guys, I hit a bunch of wrong buttons while I was RPing and I fucked one world. And I probably am not going to be able to fix it for a second. You're going to have to wait for it in silence for a second.
Brelix, how fast do flight packs go?
I assume like the same speed as a flight system, multiple kilometers, like probably 30 to 100 kilometers per hour. I mean, it's got to offset the weight of the suit to overcome that, and then I assume it's got like some kind of wing, so you actually need to go fast enough to achieve flight.
Why would they give me a flight pack?
So you can fly. Duh.
Yeah, I assume your katana plus a flight pack equals like instant beheading of bad guys.
Yeah, and you know how to fly. I mean, you've done that before, right?
I've ridden in the ornithopter, not happily.
You can use your flight suit plus that line rocket to like just pull people off of the ground. It's probably not going to be stealthy in any way, shape, or form.
These are not helping me make... Oh, God. I'm going to be flying around in the suit. That's even worse than the ornithopter.
Yeah, but you'll be under your own control, which is... You're as dexterous as a person I've ever seen.
Flying's not just dexterity, though. Gotta have some sort of formal training.
Do you?
I think so. I don't want to die.
Feel like we're gonna figure this out.
Sounds like
also-
somebody needs to practice.
Don't Aslan always land on their feet?
No.
So what I would suggest doing, Herkimer says, is I would suggest using it like it's a jump pack. Just tap the button when you want to like have a double jump. You played a video game before. They could just magically you can kick off in air and double jump. Yeah, it's, well, just start with that. Here's the specs for your laser cannon there, Garrett. You might want that. Remember that backpack gives you 100 shots. So you're gonna be able to do some pretty good damage, but don't let it go off. Because that chain detonation thing is It's really messy. Oh, and I almost forgot, Marcus. Your suit, I know it looks completely normal, but let me get this gauntlet here. And he takes the left gauntlet and he slips it onto Marcus's hands and he says, okay, squeeze and press into your middle of your palm with your middle finger. And Marcus tentatively does it. And as he does, a very satisfying pop-up comes up on the left-hand side. And he says, that is a flame projector. It's not currently connected to the magazine supply, so you can't accidentally cook us. It has two settings. It can either be used to shoot flames, because it's a flame projector. And it will, work in that capacity as you would expect it to. Or it has a secondary mode where you can drain the entire magazine for a 6-second burst of using it as a cutting torch, and it will melt through anything short of crystalline armor.
I like it.
Yeah. The magazine replacement is actually in your suit, so it's kind of hard to reload. So you're going to want to keep that in mind, as it does not have a huge capacity.
Sweet. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I had a great time working on these. Oh, and if you get a chance, say hello to I call him Taylor, but like that's not what you're supposed to call him. That's not really his name. He's a Vargar, and they're weird, and he's weird even for a Vargar. I know we're not supposed to say that, but like, I'm just letting you guys know. Anyway, he's out there working on the the stuff that's in the cargo bay.
Got it.
So is his name Taylor, or do we just go like, hey?
Why don't you ask him his name?
Thanks,
Arkham, do you have any instructions for this flight pack or anything?
Oh yeah, it flies just like a hover vehicle. You'll be fine.
So no, you don't have instructions or even like a stats. Nothing.
All right, hold on. And he digs out a tablet and he hands it to you, and it is a collection of random PDFs that have bookmarks in them and excerpts scribbled in Notepad in a semi-coherent format.
All right, I start flipping through it.
Okay. It uses the flyer wing skill, technically.
I see that. Yes.
Yeah.
I've got the block. All right. We have a meeting, gentlemen.
Oh, I am. Garrett wants to meet the new Vargar.
Garrett, there's an urgent recall for us. You go introduce yourself. Fuck it.
No, let's go. I will talk to I'll talk to the weird Vargar later.
There might not be a later.
They also have really good hearing and probably heard that.
God damn it.
To the briefing room.
On the way to the briefing room, you hear Hylar say, 186 miles an hour?
Yep.
Sounds like a good time.
You think that's fast. So you get to the briefing room, and one of the things about this briefing that will immediately set the players or the characters on edge is Griggs is waiting for you in the briefing room. Now, in the time that you guys have been, like, you guys used to work for Griggs, so he knows you. He kind of treats you like you're his adopted children, even. Well, not Thodubs, but the rest of you. And like, but he never does briefings. Like, he's the commander of the ship. So generally the XO or Calico take care of briefings. So you guys walk in and Griggs is in the middle of going through the briefing material and getting ready to give the briefing. And he's busily chatting. There's other like resistance fighters and stuff in here that he's already sort of been chatting with. So you guys are, it's almost like you're coming in late.
Oh, sorry. Excuse us. Pardon me. I'm going to find a chair.
Sorry, sir.
Sit right here. Bryn, not on my lap. Over here.
Oh, right beside you? Okay. And then I'll pull out my notepad and look up and look down, ready to take as many notes as possible.
Probably stand in the corner.
In your vision, Braylix, you can hear and see Churchill. It's not disturbing at all. Where he's like, you don't really need a notepad anymore. You've got quite a lot of computing power, like right here in your noggin. Just saying. You better get used to being unable to do a lot of things you used to do by hand in here.
Okay. And I fold my tablet down and I open up and I kind of I'm blinking a little bit, trying to look at the overlay of Churchill as there's also probably a stream of now just text, and everything that I say is going to get written down. Oh no, I don't need to write it down anymore. It's okay. Got it, Churchill. And Grace, taking notes.
So, Churchill has already started to upload the mission parameters into your mind, which you might find distracting as you listen to the briefing. So Griggs is like, all right, gentlemen, the main group that I needed to talk to is here, so we're going to go ahead and start this in earnest. 2 hours ago, the Haven town of... Oh, crap. I got so busy writing down about this Aslan lumberjack, I lost my place. There it is. The Haven town of Anchor's End sent out a distress call. They are under attack by the Unity. The Unity is they're trying to wipe the whole place out. This is something they do from time to time when they feel like they can't recruit the members of a Haven through traditional means. Currently, we are getting ready to, and the ship shudders, and you feel the shift lifting off on its lifters. It said, correction, we are currently heading as one of 3 ships responding to this emergency. Our goal will be to evacuate this town and to save as many civilians as possible. But your goal, and he points to the party, he says, your goal is going to be slightly adjacent to that. You are being sent to evacuate the town leadership. They've stayed in the town with a handful of their guards to draw attention away from the civilians trying to stream out of the city and towards the docks where we're going to pick them up. That's a noble gesture and all, and we appreciate their heroism. However, it's also stupidity. The enemy will have a huge intelligence coup about our operations. Here's a map of the city of Anchor's End. As we are evacuating the civilians down on the dock, we are going to need you to drop into the town proper and gather this leadership and make sure that they make it to the backup rendezvous point with the local resistance. Now, because of the very fluid and highly combative situation we're going to be in, this will be a all-out battle. Calico's entire fighter wing is being deployed for air cover. She has 2 flights, Fang Flight and Claw Flight, that are going to be... Fang Flight's going to be in orbit, knocking satellites out of the sky, both to make sure they can't watch us through observation and to knock out any orbital missile platforms that might be raining death down on us. She has the secondary flight, Claw Flight, that's going to be providing close air support to the landing zone and potentially available to you to keep the enemy back, because close air support is probably the best we're going to be able to do. The 4 of you, obviously, we can't just fly a dropship into town with enemy aircraft, enemy cannons, enemy troops all over the place. So we are going to go for a meteoric assault. And he waits to see if any dawn, if there's the dawn of recognition on any of you.
You mean like weather?
Not quite.
Like rocket fast plummeting towards the Earth with no controlled way to stop ourselves? That kind of meteor?
That's much closer to it. Have you ever heard of an orbital insertion pod?
Absolutely. I'm going to be staring at Hylar while I'm saying this. This sounds great.
You are a masochist.
I think Herkimer and I did discuss how you were probably not going to like this, Hylar. So, in the cargo bay, Herkimer's team are putting together rails. And on those rails are orbital insertion pods. The Defender's going to climb up above the town to orbital height and then we are going to turn off the artificial gravity in the Defender, open the bay doors, and you will slide out along those rails, hurtle down towards the town. The pods are safe for normal descents. They're normally used for evacuation. Because of the combat nature of this drop, the team down in the bay is modifying them so that they will have a few tricks up their sleeve to give you a slightly better chance of landing on target without being hurt. Once you got boots on the ground, it is your job to evacuate any civilians, resistance fighters, and most importantly, the enemy resistance leaders. The leaders of this town that have stayed behind. We have to get them out of here. They just know too much, and we cannot allow them to fall in enemy hands. So that's the overall situation. Fire support from our ship might be available depending on where you're at. We are bringing 2 of our heavy autocannons armed and ready for fight. We are going to dedicate one of them to anti-fighter duty. The other will be doing various taskings, could be available. Also, the Starship Urchin is making a pass, helping the fighter group take out satellites, and will briefly be available for artillery strikes. Please remember that artillery is not a precision weapon. Gentlemen, he looks very carefully at each of you and does like the finger eyes thing. It is not a precision weapon. It is a very effective weapon. It is not a precision weapon. Once you have secured everyone that you can, make your way out of the city and to the backup rendezvous point with the local resistance. From there, you will be on your own to find your way back to Drift, where we will rendezvous as soon as you can make it back. Any questions?
Do we have any knowledge of where in the city their leaders are?
I suspect the building that is under fire will be the building you were looking for. We do have some basic layouts of the town that will be made available to you. Once again, Braylix, like maps are popping into your head as all of that's happening.
I saw the schematic for the drop pod. I'm seeing all of the maps. Sitting quietly, eyes wide, as I'm trying to just absorb knowledge quicker than I've ever absorbed knowledge before.
Any other questions? The altitude of the Defender is getting pretty high, and your ears have started to pop even though you're in a pressure hull, and there's like a ding over the intercom just alerting Griggs to some sort of waypoint, and he's like, "Gentlemen, I have to go command the ship. Please report to the cargo bay and prepare for your drop."
Yeah, get some.
And Griggs is going to step out at the door as you guys are filing out. The XO, Tiberius Skinnerd, is going to pull Braylix aside. So the rest of you will continue on, and Braylix will stay and talk to him.
Yes, sir.
So, Braylix, a couple of things that the commander neglected to mention in so many words. First, I'm very impressed with your tactical abilities from the last mission, and we've decided to promote you to sergeant. Now, officially in a special operations unit like this, we don't use as stringent of a rank structure as others. However, you are now the ranking officer in the group. Second, are you familiar with the concept of secret orders? I only ask because I know Churchill has asked you to do a few things for him, and the first thing you did was go tell everyone that you were doing it.
Yes, secret order. Keep it from everybody. Got it. I can do that, sir.
In the event that you have to execute these orders, you are authorized to share them with the group. However, until then, you need to keep this to yourself. Under no circumstances is the intelligence that these leaders have to fall into enemy hands. That means that if you feel like you cannot evacuate these leaders, they cannot survive this attack. And you are authorized to do whatever is necessary to keep that information from falling into enemy hands. Do you understand these orders, Braylix?
I heard that artillery is not a precision weapon. Yes, I understand, sir. I will make sure the intelligence does not fall into the enemy's hands.
Very good. Your rest of your group is getting a little far ahead. You should probably catch up. And he walks off.
Brelix took a big step and then kind of took another step back and thinks to Churchill. He said, I'm supposed to kill the rebels? Oh man, no, we can't let that happen. We'll save them.
That seems like it's a judgment call, but, I'm torn because the morality part of me that I've been building up says that you're correct. You should probably not have to do that. But the logical war mind part of me says that the most efficient way to stop that intelligence from falling into enemy hands would be an orbital bombardment of the entire area.
That is, it's too efficient. We have to at least try. No, we have to succeed. Then Brelix actually sprints to catch up with everybody else.
Okay. You guys find yourself down in the cargo bay. You probably notice Brelix is gone right about the time that he catches up.
Did you get lost?
Yeah, I've been talking with Churchill a lot, and it's a little overwhelming.
Sweet, but that's a little weird because you never get lost.
Yeah, lost in my thoughts, not lost in the place. I know I was in the... Yeah.
Do you want a deception check, Marcus?
I do.
Please make a deception check, Mr. Kizik. Brelix is a terrible liar.
That's a 4, 5 minus 3 is a 2.
Yeah, so he's lying, Vernon. Marcus knows it.
I'm going to lean in close so nobody else can hear me and be like, hey, you're lying your ass off, Brelix. But I'm sure you have a reason for it. So I'm not going to push because we got to go kill bad guys. And then I'm going to leave it at that for now. And go get in my suit.
Okay, so the suits can only be put on 2 at a time. And you guys who are not having your suits on have to be outside of the bay while it's happening because, whirling mechanical arms will just take your head right off. Who's the first 2 to get their suits on, and who are the first 2 to be in the bay outside?
I'll go for a suit.
I will go for first suit because I just walked away from Brelix.
Okay, so
yeah.
Brelix and Hylar are out in the cargo bay where these rails that you've just been mentioned are laid down, basically like this in the bay, and Talar is welding on what you now realize are orbital insertion pods, which are basic, there's cannibalized parts laying everywhere at this guy's feet. And you can tell that these things have been basically manufactured off of whatever this guy could get his hands on. And he's like, hey, oh, sorry, I have to RP this guy properly. I put a lot of effort into his personality. Give me just a second. He's gonna be like, hey dudes, but you're the 2 guys that are gonna be riding these things down? Yeah?
Yes, are those are going to withstand the fall from space?
Yeah, man, this is gonna be this is gonna be a righteous ride, man. It's gonna be pretty epic.
Brelix, I am not putting my life in the hands of a carny.
Carney? What are you riffing at, man? Carney is I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'm certain that if you were joined to the Resistance, you're very capable mechanic.
So I was a Vargar Corsair, and then I met this Herkimer dude, and he's awesome. He's pretty epic. He helped me get some wicked modifications done so that I could catch some of the solar sails and really get some good time out there on the waves. But don't worry about that, man. You guys are gonna be fine. This thing is gonna be epic. I just wish I could go with you.
That's great. Why don't you get in this suit?
You
go for me. How about that?
Oh yeah, I would love to, man. That'd be so awesome. You guys are gonna be having the best time, man. It's gonna be radical.
I disagree. I do not want to go in, especially looking at those welds. Like, oh,
Hey, man, don't be, keep your hackles down there. You shouldn't be getting all upset about my welds. My welds are good, man. I'm in Zen, man. I know what I'm doing. I am one with this material, with this build. I've put a lot into this, and I'm gonna make it like synergize with you, man. I need to know like what you need to make it more you. Like some flare pods maybe, or perhaps you'd like a little bit of steering control. Look, we're not really supposed to give you guys flight controls on these things, but I mean, come on, who does not want to ride this thing like down, like under their own control to, catch your own wave, cut your own path, man,
I would like mine to successfully make it to the ground, please.
yeah. If you could put on maybe inertial dampeners or something.
I mean, it's gonna make it to the ground, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna happen. Oh shit, I shouldn't say it like that. My bad, man. You're gonna be fine. It's gonna be radical. You're gonna be fine. Let me give you a quick overview of this thing, man. Like, so I took the brains out of these like Roomba bots because I needed at least a simple computer brain to do the trajectory moving, to make it go from place to place. So I got that up in this front part, and when this heat shield peels off, it's going to initiate this rocket booster I put down beneath the panel on your feet, and that's going to give you about a 6 or 7 second burst. It should be just enough to cancel your momentum right before impact, so you should be moving relatively slow as it comes down. And I got the shock absorber gel from those crates over there. It's supposed to protect, like fragile stuff in case you drop it. And that should help, along with, of course, your radical suits that are, totally going to help. But if, in the unlikely event that, like, say, a flat cannon rips into all this and totally shreds it, we got this yellow handle right here up above you. You pull this thing and it'll skin off the outer armor and deploy you in this harness right here, and he tugs on some cables that are in the coffin like area that you go in, and it'll deploy a parachute, man. It'll drag you down. Like, the problem is though, of course, if you pull this chute too high, you're just kind of be hanging out there, and you might not want that with all them troops out there. Just saying, the longer you hold off, the more awesome it'll be before you probably shouldn't say it like that. So like anyway, yeah, this emergency handle right here really just for emergencies, but I can add a couple extra things, and the two things I got ready to go are some countermeasures, and if you're not looking to fly it yourself, that's probably the way to go. It'll deploy some chaff and flares. It'll make it look like the pod was destroyed, land, like if they like target it, and so they'll ignore it for a minute because it'll look like it blew up. Of course, then if they see it again, they'll probably know somebody's in it. But you'll be fine. And the other thing I can do is I can give you some little boosters, and you can kind of steer a little bit on the way down, if you wanna. Or I got spare parts here. I got about 15 minutes before you guys got to launch. I can do a lot in 15 minutes. Looks like your buddies are almost ready. So what do you guys want on your pods? I'd love for Ghost to describe the look on Hylar's face right now.
Terrified. My eyes are open in a way that haven't been open before, and I've already grabbed a hold of Brelix halfway through his talk. I've grabbed Brelix's shoulders, and I'm slowly just crushing into him. Not enough to hurt him seriously, but I'm whispering into Brelix's ear, and I'm like, I don't want to go anymore. It's not like you need to have me there, right? It's one thing to just fly in. It's another thing to just drop in through space and get shot on this fucking. It's got ablative armor, and we are going to just crash into the planet. This is his plan. This Vargar. It's terrible plan. Hylar does not like this plan. Matt loves this character. I love everything about this. I want to play as Talar now.
Well, he might be available later on as a
That's great.
as a player.
Because Hylar was like, serious. You want to take my place? I'm not going down there like this.
Because at this point, Talar would also be like, "Hey, come on, what are you, a pussy? Yeah, get it?"
I am so mad. Relics, I don't want to go.
Hey,
Alex says, wiggling in, and he's going to try to turn around and look like face to face. So he's like going to try to like climb up him so that they're looking eye to eye. Because there's still a lot of hand holding, there's still a lot of confusion. And Relics will go, if you were one of the other two people, I wouldn't say this to, but you and I have the extra advantage here. This thing comes out of space. It gets shot. We pull the yellow handle. We then can fly ourselves in the rest of the way. There are so many outs where we need to get down there. We need to go save the leaders, the resistance leaders, and we need to get them to the backup rendezvous point. Do you understand? Like, if we can't fail, we have to go save those leaders.
I want mine to have a turret.
oh, cool, man. What do you want the turret to shoot?
Bullets
I mean,
at bad guys.
Oh. I mean, I can make a Zen turret. You know, yeah, I can make it chill. It's fine. I can do that. Just give me 15 minutes. Yeah, your buddies are stomping out of the thing. I think it's time for you guys to go put your panties on.
Those are combat suits, and they're...
They have diapers.
Thank you for making our pod things.
Yeah, no problem.
Relics, I do not want to go anymore. I think this is a terrible idea.
It's a worse idea if we don't go save those people. Like it is there are 4 people on this planet right now that can make it down through the fire in the back lines. You can sneak around, you can chop people with your sword, you can fly and chop people with your sword. Like, you've been in so much more dangerous places. You charged towards a tank. This is just flying. This is just charging towards a tank.
Hey guys, are you getting in these suits? You hear Herkimer like, "Hey guys, come on! Like, it's showtime. Get in your suits!" And the other 2 guys are stomped out of the workshop, and you see them already talking to Talair, who is mounting something to the top of Hylar's pod.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my suit.
Yeah, we can do it.
So you guys do the Iron Man thing, and you get your suits on, and Marcus, you and Garrett are fully like in your suits, and you walk up, like you cross what I can only imagine is a terrified looking Hylar, and Braylix is like literally hand holding him into the workshop to put his suit on. What do you guys have to say to Talar? Talar's like, "Hey guys, Radical, I'm so happy to meet you guys. Like, I'm a big fan of like the really awesome shit you guys have done. Like you've been up against some gnarly stuff, and you've really like totally brought peace to the universe. I really appreciate the kind of work you guys do. Hey, so like these pods." And he's busy welding the shit out of the top of Hylar's pod.
Hey, I gotta interrupt you, man. I gotta know, how did the kitty take it?
Oh man, he's in a real tailspin, man. You know, he's worried he's gonna wipe out on the way down. I mean, you could see it. He's he's losing his little kitty chunks.
He needs to get a diaper, man. He is gonna seriously. Do they have a vomit bag inside these things?
Damn, that would have been a good idea.
He might just have an accident on the way down. I had never seen him look like that.
Yeah, man. He's gonna have a muzzle cramp. So I was telling them I could put like some countermeasure suits in, do some little deception stuff, or like I said, I'm not supposed to, but you guys are pretty wicked. So I could give you guys some little flight control if you want. It's only going to give you a couple short bursts, but let you steer a little bit.
All for. Do you have any like flares and chaff? Like,
Oh yeah, I already got that stuff pre-made and ready to go. I can tack it right on, no problem.
let's do it.
I'll definitely take some of those flight controls too. I definitely want to be able to, at least steer if I see something coming to hit me in the head.
Okay, I'll put the flight controls on yours, and I'll put the chaff on his. That's no problem. Totally wicked, man. We can make that happen. So go ahead.
Another thing for me. Can you put a camera inside Hylar's so I can watch it while we're going down?
Oh, I have to see that too. Yes, please.
Oh, I can't do a live broadcast, man, because their missiles will sneak right in on that EM stuff. Plus, the jamming is going to be wicked down there. It is going to be just heinously bad to cut through. I'm just saying.
All right,
But
I'll miss out on it this time.
But if you can get to the pod or what's left of it after it hits the ground, I can put one like a little safety camera in there that we can retrieve afterwards, to evaluate the performance of the pod.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, I could do that. I couldn't quite find a turret. He asked for a turret. You think he's going to mind that this is an anti-personnel mine?
I don't mind.
He won't know the difference. So, you guys finish, Iron Manning and, Talar. It's pronounced, by the way, because you guys probably would have had this conversation, but I rushed through it. It's Talair. TUH capital LAIR is how you pronounce it. It's spelled T. Yeah. So, Talair. And he has a slightly different outlook on life as the rest of the Vargar, as you've probably already deciphered.
He's totally rad, dude.
I
love him.
Yeah, he does not have a charisma stat like most Vargar do. He has a Zen stat.
Nice.
Yeah, he doesn't have a filter either, man. It's like in its head. He just says it. Really cool.
So,
For the current setting, I think he's a great character.
he's fantastic. I was really happy putting him together. I was
Based off somebody you know.
and actually, he's partially inspired by some of your NPCs from Florida Green.
Oh, nice.
I took some of the things I like that you did, and I said, what if I put my own spin on this? And I'm really happy with it. So, you guys are all suited up now. The ship is, they've opened up the doors. So the only thing left is the outer door, and everyone who isn't in a suit is, getting behind these airlock doors, so that it's only you guys in front of these pods. Now, Talair would have explained to the second group, because he spent a lot of time arguing with the first group, so the second group would have explained that there are 6 of these pods that are going to be occupied, so it's you 4 plus 2 guys in vac suits. And there's 6 more of them that are not occupied that are basically just full of jamming equipment and hand grenades, so that basically they're decoy pods. And they're all lined up on these rails, and the 6 that you guys are supposed to get into are sitting here with the doors open, and Hylar is in front of his, trying not to see it as a coffin.
Failing terribly.
And you hear the flight operations person come up over the comms and say, time to drop 90 seconds. Board your insertion vehicles.
Brelix is going to be right beside Hylar going, it's okay. We've got this. Churchill, actually, I haven't done this, but I hope hope Churchill has run the math, and it's going to be a this pod will hold up.
There's a 67.2% chance of you successfully making this drop.
Churchill says that this pod is more than likely going to make it to the ground successful, and again, we need to get there. We need to go save the leaders. It's on the four of us. I guess there's six of us now. It's on the six of us. You got this.
Gonna walk by Hylar and pat him on the shoulder and just go meow, and then head and climb in my pod.
He's not a masochist, he's a sadist.
It's time to do it, right? Meow.
Meow.
I get in and I buckle up apprehensively.
Okay. So the straps are the standard straps that would be on any jump seats, and that's basically, as you're getting in, you realize that what you're sitting on is a jump seat they've ripped out of one of the cargo bays or doors, and they've slated it to some crystalline armor, which is what makes up the pod. As you look around at all the junk that's been disassembled to make this, right before you close the lid on it, you can see the remnants of the Roombas that clean the rooms, a couple of maintenance bots, 4 of the ship-to-ship warheads. 4 of the ship-to-ship missiles. Their warheads are still sitting out there, so they're not like where you are. And various bits of like workshop equipment, grav lifters, cargo container. Like there's just all sorts of stuff that's been scattered around, but you can see amongst this debris where each of the components of the pod you're sitting in has come from.
Smells like dog in here.
And then you're sealed in, and what's really scary is right before the lid closed, they cut the lights off in the cargo bay, and they open the outer door, and the wind rushes out, and you can see through the one transparent window they've given you along the rails, the star field out this cargo bay, as the planet suddenly starts coming into view, and you realize that the Defender is pitching straight up and away from the planet, and they're about to disengage the artificial gravity and let you fall out of the bottom. It's like coming to the top of a roller coaster right before you go over the edge.
Yeah, Eller takes a big deep breath to let out a long scream.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy.
And like that, snap! The gravity clicks off and you guys shoot down the rails like you're being shot out of a cannon, instantly taking about 5 or 6 Gs, which is a significant amount. And you are burning down towards the planet. I'm going to need a endurance check. It's an easy check, so it's a 4 to pass. From each of the players, and specifically from Ghost, I'm going to require a intellect check for your sanity.
Good thing I only need a 4 to pass. I got a 4.
Yeah, I got Snake Eyes plus a 1, so I got a 3.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, for
I
real.
rolled an 8 minus 2 for a 6.
I got a 6 for my endurance, and my intelligence here is a 7.
Okay. So you are not handling psychologically the fall very well at all. It is safe to say that Hylar, while not panicked enough to do anything really stupid, is absolutely panicked, and that can manifest in whatever RP ways you would like it to.
Have you guys ever taken a cat to a vet that didn't want to go in the little crate?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yep. It's that. All the way down.
You're already in the crate.
Right?
Yeah, I'm already in the crate, but I'm making awful noises.
Thodubs, because you rolled Snake Eyes, even with your plus of a 3, that is a critical failure. Thodubs' pod collides with another pod before making atmospheric entry. As the atmosphere starts to burn against the outside of the pod, one of the panels glows red, and right before it hits the critical descent phase, the panel rips completely off, enveloping your suit in plasma. Now, luckily, you're wearing a super advanced set of power armor, because otherwise, even in a normal vac suit, you'd be barbecue right now. This is not something that is generally considered to be survivable, but what it really does is cook the outside of your suit, causing significant damage to everything on the outside of the suit. As the panels start to peel away one at a time, you remember to lay your safety briefing on the handle and give me a reflex check to pull the emergency oh fuck handle.
And we're doing a reflex. Is that what you said?
Yes, it's a reflex check. Oh, also of note, your pluses for your power armor, strength and dexterity, only apply to combat checks and attempts to lift things or dodge stuff. So this dexterity check or like a drive check wouldn't get a benefit from it.
With that being said, I have a 8.
Excellent. So you reach up and you grab the emergency handle. The rest of the panels shear off, and a umbrella-like plate extends beneath your feet. You feel a tug as a drag chute is dropped or is launched from the back of your backpack. And when you hit the right altitude, a full-blown parachute lifts up, and your little umbrella beneath you that is now cooked almost to a cinder falls from beneath your feet. Your gear is smoking, your equipment is cooked, your HUD is all staticky and messed up, but you are safely, in quotation marks, safely, hanging from your parachute as you look down and realize you're falling into a field of flak fire firing up towards the pods that have now accelerated past you.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are in mid-descent, headed down towards this area.
Do we have any sort of
Control?
No. Do we know what happened to Garrett?
You guys have suit-to-suit comms if you wish to initiate them. However, the jamming as you get closer to the ground will be more and more intense. So Odubs, because he critically failed, I'm going to say would not have had the presence of mind, especially since he just barely made his reflex check, to alert the rest of the party to his situation. He was on pure panic instinct when he pulled that lever. So one of you would have to see him through a very difficult recon check because you only have a index card size window to look out of, and it's spinning out of your control. And then you would have to use a comms check to make communications with the rest of the group. Understanding if you have any rank in comms, and if you don't, you can ignore this part, but if you have any ranks in comms, you would understand that turning your comm on, just turning it on, will probably make you a target.
I'm going to go with, as there's no reason why I would be looking, that I just don't notice that it's happening.
Okay. Braylix and Hylar, your descent. You are halfway through. Flak fire has started. What are you guys doing? I mean, other than screeching as a cat who is losing his ever-loving shit and probably needs a litter box real bad.
Yeah, that's all true. I don't have any training in any of this.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Luckily, you're in an automated pod and you didn't ask for manual controls.
That's 100% true. I'm letting fate take it all the way, but I am not zen about it at all. So I remember my training. I definitely don't want to be parachute mode right now. But I remember him saying something about chaff. So I look around for a chaff button.
Oh. You know what? I think that you probably are going to find one if you can roll a good luck roll. Technically, it was supposed to be just one extra option, but I love the idea that he put a mine on top of your pod instead of a turret because that's what he could find in the moment. So much that I'm going to give you a chance.
Nice.
Negative. So
Okay.
your chaff launcher is your mine. He just wired it into the RWR. It's supposed to automatically deploy if you're targeted by a missile, so that'll be fun. So yeah, you're just careening down. You're frantically looking for any sort of controls and realizing that you don't actually have any in here. You also realize at this point that when you were getting into the pod, you did not see a gun barrel on that thing that was bolted to the top of your pod.
Fucking dog fucker bastard.
Braylix.
Brelix is trying to stay as calm as he can. He knows everybody around him is crazy, and we know we have to make it through this big drop. Brelix also has access to Churchill and has seen a bunch of maps and is trying to pull those up now so that he wants to know when he lands, like, where's the biggest danger zone.
Okay. A bunch of maps are playing out in front of your closed eyes. You're trying to maintain your zen-like state. It's projecting landing zones for your 4 party members when the one for Garrett blinks out.
Fuck.
So you guys start to hear the flak exploding all around you. There is an intense amount of volley of fire. And Braylix, you would be the one who'd actually get to see most of this from your tactical display, but also one of the other 2 troopers who's supposed to, hell drop with you. You actually can see on the display his pod explode as it's hit by a piece of shrapnel. The shrapnel rips right through the armor like it's made out of confetti, and just tumbling pieces of debris fall. And the irony is that as you're watching that, the static data that Churchill is feeding you says, due to the debris, flame, and general sensor muck of that pod detonating, your chances of survival just increased by 6.7%.
Not helpful right now, Churchill. Where's Garrett?
Garrett is currently in a suspended freefall from a static chute. His pod suffered a catastrophic failure approximately 10 seconds after launch. I do not have the status of his vitals because his suit is not responding to remote queries for his health.
Can my flight pack carry myself and him?
Unknown.
I tentatively reach for my yellow handle and I go, not yet.
Okay. You guys fall through the initial flak wave. Several of the decoy pods are doing their job, and they're spitting out countermeasures, and they're shooting out jamming fields, and the jamming fields are making it very difficult for you to maintain any sort of local communication or sensors. But because Churchill's information is coming in over a quantum interlink, you can still get everything from Churchill, which means you have a bird's eye view of the drops. Unfortunately for you, underneath the flak shells are the point defense missiles, which you can now see several of them streaking up towards your formation on the tactical display. Let me roll back because he's actually going to be a lot slower than you to Thodub/Garrett. You are in free fall underneath a parachute. Your suit, like I said, is cooked. It is partially inoperable. You've got all sorts of red status lights. What would you like to do? There isn't a ton you can do, so I will give you that in this particular case. But there are a couple things you can do if you want.
So just to make sure I understand the situation, I'm doing the calm floating down like a Mary Poppins type thing, or am I still free flying down?
So you've gotten past the point where the atmosphere is too thin for the main chute. The main chute has deployed. So calm isn't the word I would use, because you're on a World War II style parachute, the big circular parachute that is not steerable, and you've got flak rounds exploding basically right beneath your feet amongst the pods of your teammates, and some of those pods are exploding. To make matters worse, you can't tell who's who because your HUD has more or less completely failed. There's the smell of smoking ozone in your suit, and your suit's like if you go to lift your arm, it is not assisting you to do that.
Okay, so am I able? So my HUD is down. I can still see out of my suit, though, right?
Yes, it's a clear visor.
Okay, so a clear visor. Am I able to check any type of systems or anything like that to see if anything is operable?
So you can do a vac suit check to see if you can get some operability out of it. That'll probably occupy at least this level of the descent.
Yes, I want to see what is operable.
Okay, it's education plus vac suit skill. That's a good roll.
Yes, it is. So education and vac suit. So we're looking at 12.
Excellent. All right, so you know that you're probably getting a lot of EM interference, and that the initial the burning of the outside of the suit has probably cooked off most of your external sensors. To try to get the internal computer back online, you basically put the computer in limp home mode and reboot it. But we reboot into safe mode. This is going to take a few minutes, and you're falling from a parachute, so this is going to be a butt-clenching few minutes. But you do know what to do to get some operability back in the suit.
Great. Do I know? So do I know what that operability is, or?
You will know when it comes back up what parts of the suit are damaged and what are not. Basically, you will know what's wrong with the suit when it reboots.
Okay, I'm waiting. Gotcha.
All right, guys. So missiles have shot up. Braylix is the only one who knows. You guys who are not Braylix, feel free to put whatever inputs that you want into this thing to describe what's happening to your characters. But I think the main story right now is, what is Braylix doing?
So I'll cut in before he goes. Marcus is sitting there knowing that in reality he doesn't have much control over anything, and his countermeasures are all automatic anyway. Is kind of just holding on for a good time and trying to keep himself calm as he plummets through the giant death field that is coming at him. It's kind of just trusting that everybody did their jobs right, so he can get to do his job. And that's about it.
You trust in the super zen nature of the Vargar, who is obviously in touch with the universe as he put this pod together.
Totally zen. There's nothing else I can do about it. I'm not a mechanic.
Hylar's inventing new curse words and biting the air. He is hissing and spitting, and his hair's all poofed out. He's fucking pissed. I'm cursing that goddamn Vargar more than anybody else. I'm praying that I see little Luigi again, because I miss the little bastard, and I secretly wish I could be his father. But Logan's going to be a way better dad than me anyway, because I'm going to die right now.
Kizik, what's Braylix, who is the only person with any sort of tactical control right now, going to do?
Braylix is Churchill. What are the odds that I fly up and I catch this guy and I bring him back down? That increases our chances here. Actually, no, don't tell me the odds. And I reach up and I pull my parachute. And I get ready to fly back through things to try to save Garrett.
Okay. I have to do some mental math. You're going to have to wait a second. Okay. So you're going to pull this cord. When this happens, you're going to have the same exact effect as what happened with Thodubs' pod. The side panels, assuming that they have been compromised, are going to shear away and are basically going to become chaff all on their own. Because you haven't expended your chaff or flares yet, those are all going to detonate immediately. And the assumption that you pull the emergency handle, so bad shit must be happening. Even though the computer is like, no, man, we're copacetic. That computer is going to immediately be jettisoned as the rocket motors emergency fire right now in the middle of the air to slow you down from orbital speeds. And then it's going to fall from beneath you as a drag chute pops. Oh, wait, you want to use your flight pack. That's actually not the way this pod was intended to work. But you pulled the handle, so what happens when you pull the handle is going to happen. So the drag chute pops out behind you, and you begin to slow down until the atmosphere is full and thick enough for your full suit to deploy, and you are now hanging from a parachute beneath the emergency thing.
Do one more thing. I've got a knife tail. Can I knife tail the chute? Like as it catches for the first time, I knife tail that and then fly away from it.
You're gonna die.
Okay then.
But yeah,
I need it
no,
to
go
stop.
ahead and roll your go ahead and roll your thing. But you were strapped to a piece of metal. Your suit was not meant to operate in these conditions. You're gonna have to do a lot more than just I knife tail it in order to get free from this thing, and you're gonna be in free fall while you're doing that.
Okay, so I parachute out first. And
Yeah.
then I now need to there are how many ropes do I need to cut through before I can fly away?
Just go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Since it's a combat check you're cutting, I'll let you use your suit's dexterity.
That's a 6 + 4 for a 10.
Okay. You are going to be able at the next turn to finish cutting all of the parachute cords. That will not cut you all loose from the mount that you're in, the strap. You are currently falling at approximately 200 miles an hour as you have regained all your momentum in that 6 seconds.
Yep. I should have gone strap first.
You shouldn't have done any of this at all, really, but we're going with it now. So
What could go wrong?
I can't believe that's without any questions. He even started to ask questions and went, "No, I'm just going to do it."
I want to save my friend.
He's not
Your
in danger of
head is
dying. There's nothing you can do.
Your head is attached to a computer. They could have told you what to do, and you were like, "I'm gonna pull the lever." The crazy cat hasn't even pulled the lever yet.
You're also more likely to kill him doing what you're doing than he stands a better chance of parachuting through that flak than what you're doing right now. But we're in it now. You are in it to win it.
Yeah, you can't help him when you're dead.
Well, the GM's not letting you back out of the course of action now either. We've made the decision. So
Got it. So next round, I need to cut myself from the platform.
yes, that is assuming, of course, that you haven't been hit by shrapnel and killed, because I now have to calculate that because you were in the middle of a flak field and you didn't ask where those missiles were headed, so I got to roll that too. So talk amongst yourselves for a second. I got a ton of shit to roll.
So yeah, it's kind of hot and dark in my tin can, guys.
Yeah. Hylar kind of felt like all of this was going to happen.
And you know about that beard that I had. I think part of it is I'm smelling the beard. So I don't know if I'm gonna have a beard after this.
Oh my!
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's like there's something. There's a smell. You know. You smelling anything over there,
Your
Hylar?
burning beard smells like ozone. That's awesome.
No. I just say it's in there. I don't know, but something's stinking.
All right. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Okay. The bad news is there is flak going off all around you, and you're going to have to fly through it in order to go up. The good news is that the missiles did not hit you. One of them tried very hard to hit you, but because your countermeasures were all going off as soon as you pulled the thing, one of them bit off on a flare, and you could have read the serial number on the side of the damn thing. It came so close to hitting you. So, near miss on the missile. Ghost and Ronan, your pods untouched. There's so much shit going on around you that there was no chance for those missiles to see anything other than the detonations of the pods that are your companions. Thodubs, part of the flak that you are now in shears through part of your chute. It is not cut all the way, but there are now tears in it, and you can feel yourself accelerating down towards the ground as you are watching basically the post scroll of your suit rebooting. And Brylix, we're now on to your next turn.
Now I need to cut myself off of the platform and then start my flight deck. Those are 2 rounds.
Flight pack.
Flight pack.
Yeah, so first let's see if you can cut yourself free. Let's do that check again. You need to cut the straps off of your... basically you have to contort to cut yourself free of the harness that is holding you to the chute, or what's left of where the chute was.
Come on, knifey tail. This is still dexterity?
It is. You are actually the leading edge of this vanguard now. You're moving so fast. You are ahead of all of your companions.
Oh, that's a 7. I cannot.
Oh, no, you cannot. You are still tumbling and gaining speed. Also, it's a 10 to pass this check, so it is not an 8.
Yep.
So Churchill is like, this is unfortunate. I suspect you only have another between 6 and 18 seconds left to live. It has been enjoyable knowing you. And we'll go into the next round.
Same thing. Cut myself free. Come on, dice. Nope, that's another 3.
Recommend new dice.
4 more missiles are fired. Oop, oop. Wait, one of them's going to hit something. Hey, Kizik.
Yep, the Vanguard.
Yep. So, these missiles are designed for shooting down aircraft. They do obscene amounts of damage. You can see one heading towards you. One of the problems I have is that you immediately rolled without being asked, which means I'm having trouble now because what I was going to do was roll that and then ask you what you wanted to do if this happened. So, right now I'm going to give you a mulligan, but please don't do that the next round. Because you have to react to things. You can't just roll it and then, because realistically right now what I should do is say, nope, the missile just hit you and you're dead. So, because right now you're strapped in thing and you said, I'm immediately going to try and cut myself free again. Because what you should be doing is something else so that you can deal with this missile that's heading towards you. So this missile turns and locks onto you, and Churchill highlights it, and you can see that there is a anti-ship missile. It's an anti-fighter missile, an anti-aircraft missile that is locked on and is headed your way. It is a heat-seeking, expanding rod anti-aircraft warhead. All of its statistics flowing over your visor. You have approximately 6 seconds to react. What do you do?
I need to have something that's hotter than this thing that's down here as quickly as possible. Does my gun make that much heat quickly, Churchill?
No. Your gun could be used for point defense.
Churchill fire my countermeasures.
Churchill, do you have access to any other countermeasures?
I do have access to the other pods. I could deploy Marcus's countermeasures. We'll just pretend that Braylix asked that question. However, that Marcus is not in danger, and by deploying his countermeasures, he will no longer have a defense if he's locked on by a missile. You have a very short period of time to answer.
Do it.
Okay. All right. Well, that would increase the DM. That would make it higher than the number that they rolled of 8. So the missile bites off towards that and blows up in between you and Marcus. And there's a ton of shrapnel raining all around you. You are free falling still. You are way ahead of the group. The ground is getting big enough that you can start making out like people on the ground. At this point, it's not about saving Garrett. It's about saving yourself. Ghost and Ronan, any further things? Marcus, you would have heard your countermeasure pods go off. Not sure other than, oh shit, there would be any much you could, say or do about that, but they have gone off.
I'm glad
My
you didn't get mine.
Zen state has been broken, and I'm looking out my little window trying to see what's going on. But I'm making the assumption that my countermeasures were doing their jobs and keeping me safe.
Just give me a luck roll.
And
Just for shits and giggles, give me a luck roll.
How about a 12?
Excellent. So you just happen to look down, and down below you, you can see Braylix's suit in free fall below you, like way below you, outside of his pod. So
Shit.
Well, shit. Ghost, no, yours has not gone off yet. Because you will know when yours goes off.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
You may be the only one to have a proper landing. We'll see how it all happens. You don't know. So I'm assuming he's still kitty trapped in a box.
Yeah, I'm panicked the whole time. He's
Schrodinger's Aslan, because we all know that Schrodinger's cat, the real state of Schrodinger's cat, is not whether the cat is alive or dead. That cat is locked in a box and it doesn't want to be there. It's pissed off.
Exactly. It is cursing everyone and everything it's ever seen in its life.
Dubs, is there anything you want to try to do outside of simply, not shit your pants?
So has my suit come back? We had a scrolling text before.
You're not going to have the suit come back until you're just about to hit the ground.
Gotcha.
It takes minutes for the suit to come back. It's not designed to be done while you're falling out of a spacecraft.
Nope, gotcha. Now, so I have a shredded parachute is where I'm at. I'm free falling. I'm increasing speed.
You have a damaged parachute. Your speed has already increased. It is going to hurt at your current speed, but it won't kill you.
Gotcha. Do I have any way of moving my arms or any appendages at all?
You can at a disadvantage. Even when the suit's off, you can force it to move, but it's so we all know with those little like gas tubes you put on your screen doors how it feels when it doesn't want to open as fast as you want to open it. It's like doing that for moving all of your limbs.
Gotcha. What I'd like to do is try and orient myself in a different direction where I'm actually allowing for more drag as I fall.
That is an amazingly good idea. Without using your suit's abilities, give me a dexterity athletics check and take a -2. It's a good roll.
Okay, no, not the suit, you said, right?
Yep, no suit because it's off.
No suit because it's dead. Okay, so I had dexterity, so I'm looking at the 8 for my dexterity run, and I'm taking a -2, you said?
Taking a -2.
So 6.
You don't have dexterity athletics as a skill? Wow.
I do, but I have zeros in it.
I thought you had it. All right, well, that's not quite good enough to get you fully oriented, but it's not a complete failure either. So you kind of wibble wobble as you're trying to like force it, but you're doing something to try to save your own life. Now we're going to come back to Kizik. And as Kizik is now within, people can shoot him from the ground range, I have to roll that too. I have good news, Kizik. They all missed. 3 sets of people did shoot at you, though, and you can see from rooftops where people are setting up man-portable, like, anti-aircraft launchers.
That's terrifying.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm still strapped in. I'm now like streaking towards the ground. The only thing, like I could try to cut myself off, but I'm going to hit the ground maybe next roundish. I'm going to turn on my flight suit and try to fly with my feet just to soften the blow as I smash into the ground.
Okay. Give me a flyer wing check, -2.
8 minus 2 is a 6.
Okay. Okay. Ghost, and Ronan. Anything to add at this point?
Do I have like altimeter?
You do. Your pod is functioning perfectly and has already begun. Both of your pods, actually. You would feel a popping, and then the emergency burn would start to burn in. So you know you're within a round of hitting the ground because your deceleration engine has kicked on, and you're now being squashed against the bottom of the pod at about 4 Gs. To a capper snap, that's nothing.
Prepping myself for impact and immediate combat.
Ghost, same boat?
Yeah, but angry.
Yes.
I'm not having a good time.
And meanwhile, you've got that dude upstairs. He's like, man, I wish I was doing that. That's going to be righteous waves research. Surfing. All right.
I like him.
So Dubs, you are continuing to you want to take another crack at trying to basically make yourself a bigger, hold your arms and legs out as much as possible?
Yes, I do. I still want to be able to maximize my ability for that drag, yes.
Okay. You could also try to lighten your load. You don't have to, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I figured, well, I don't know.
There
Anyway,
isn't a lot you can get rid of that you won't regret not having later. That's why it's like, yeah, I kind of get why you didn't do it.
Yeah, so I'm like, that'd be nice, but I'll use my energy to try and increase that drag. I already rolled, so again, 8 minus the 2 is going to be 6 again.
Okay, so it's still same thing. Not great, not bad. All right, Kizik, you rolled a 6 last time, so you're going to take a -2 this time. If you try to use the flight pack, which at this point you literally have no choice, because if you don't succeed this round, you are going to hit the ground.
Yep. -2. I still got the thing strapped to my feet. I'm just trying now to hit my as all of my burners. I'm trying to not hit the ground.
That's a good roll.
10 minus 2 is an 8.
There you go. The burners kick in. You are only using them for braking. You can hear the motors straining. You are way off balance because there's a board strapped to your back, a steel plate strapped to your back. And it actually kind of helps you because it angles you so that the board is facing down when you smack into the pitched roof of one of the buildings, and you careen sliding like a surfboard on your back, like just, asphalt shingles kicking up beside you like waves. Talar is upstairs on the telescope watching it, going, yeah, as you careen off the edge and then land in a dumpster. Roll 1d6 damage for your fall through armor.
3. I'm unconscious.
Okay. Bralix is unconscious in a dumpster in a combat zone. Ghost and Ronan, your pods work perfectly. They careen directly onto the site they're supposed to fall on, and you land in the streets where you are supposed to land. Ghost, as your pod hits the ground, you hear a secondary shudder from the top, and as the sides peel down and open up, your angry kitty jumps out to find that there were 3 baddies standing right beside you that are now basically from the mid-torso up. They don't exist anymore, and something on the top of your pod has exploded.
Whoa. Okay. I look around. I'm really glad that I'm on the ground, but I'm going to be looking for the nearest person to cut in half.
Okay. Marcus, you pop out of your pod and have a look around. This map? lock this in place. We're still mostly Theater of the Mind, but I have access to these maps, so I'm going to use them temporarily. All right, so let me do it by color. So that was Ghost. And let's make this dot a little bit bigger so we can kind of see it. Ghost, your guy fell here. Ronan, your guy fell here. Oh, I see it didn't. Oh, I know why it didn't. Your guy fell there. Braylix, your guy, who's weirdly blue, fell into a dumpster in this alley. And Thodubs, because he was slowly coming in from a parachute, is still in the air. And I'm going to let you guys talk about that for a second as I take a quick bio break. Now's a good opportunity for anyone else to take one if they need it.
I'll be right back.
Braylix, you're gonna die.
I'm in a dumpster. I'm still strapped to the thing. I tried to save my buddy.
Yeah, you did. You have some sort of quantum entanglement telephone call to a war machine AI, and you pulled that lever without thinking.
Yeah, he's like very statistical, and he would probably say that it's the correct tactical choice to let that guy die up there whilst we're wrecking havoc down there. And I didn't want him to talk me out of wanting to go save my friend.
I'm just really surprised that all of you have made it there before me, considering my difficulties.
You've been floating
I know,
just
for
on a
real.
breeze.
It's like Mary Poppins up here, you know?
You were a leaf on the wind.
If Brelix's suit runs out of power, he can't move inside his suit. It's too big for him.
Yeah, you'd be screwed.
Terrified, just completely locked up, falling through flak. I also just recently did that myself on purpose. Tried to save you, Dubs. Dubs.
Well, I can appreciate that. I just hope that you don't die in a dumpster.
This is Garrett.
And it says Garrett. Tubbs already died.
I want to play that Vargar if Hylar dies.
Oh, my Vargar, that's my backup character that's probably going to happen now, was a street artist tagger, and I was going to play him very pot heavy, and that's less fun now. Somebody else already did it.
Oh, you can do it better.
You'll do it the Kizik way.
Is that pumped, real excited guy?
People in my house have told me that I can't do another high-pitched voice character yet.
That's unfortunate.
We're just going to need you to get your closet space set up in your garage so you can do whatever voice you want, because I miss Zigzag. Also, that may be where my streaming space is going. We're talking about different plans, and that's one of them.
It's pretty easy to wall it up.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to get some pallets from Dad, lay some OSB down so it's off the floor for installation reasons. And then I've already got an AC and a heating unit in there, and I can just pull that up around it. And I've also got a junction box for a light and a junction box for a power outlet that are available that could just be put right in, that are already wired. Yeah. And if I take the welder, because I don't have a welder, but I have a power outlet for one. If I take that one out, I can actually put 2 circuits in there if I needed them. I don't think I would need 2. I think I could get by with just 1. But since I'm running the AC, I might want 2. I haven't decided that yet. That's all far future plans, though. That's like post-wedding stuff.
Yeah, in the future, you might have an electric car, though. That welder outlet will be coming in handy.
That is true. We have talked about getting a plug-in hybrid for Allie. However, the Camry she wants just comes in conventional hybrid, I think. And truthfully, the plug-in hybrids, while they are more efficient, are much less popular than a traditional hybrid. So I suspect her car will either end up being a hybrid Highlander or a hybrid Camry, is I think what it's going to end up being. And at the rate we keep cars, it will be a very long time before we have to worry about an electric car. Because we keep them until the wheels fall off. Kizik, for your information, as Kizik, you started to ask a very important question. You didn't actually ask it. Your question was, can my flight pack lift another character? The answer is a resounding no, it cannot. You could never have saved Tubbs doing that plan.
I'm face down in the dumpster because of it.
But it was still made for really cool storytelling, by the way.
Oh, it's it's one of the reasons why, like, I didn't want you to dig the hole any deeper, which is why I told you, hey, this is a bad plan, like metagame. But I also said what I said about not letting you back out of it, because at this point, the story was being told one way or another.
No. I enjoyed that part of the story. It was cool.
It's been pretty good. So we've all made it back. I've heard everybody but Thodubs.
Oh, I never left. I'm here.
Oh, okay. So let us return to our story. And what we're going to do is we're going to resolve Thodubs' drop. Marcus, you can hear baddies in the vicinity, but you can't see them yet. Hylar really wants to see baddies, but unfortunately all that around him are corpses, as an anti-personnel mine has turned one of those standard 3-man squads that you guys were facing before into, half of a 3-man squad. So like 1.5 people are left around him. From the bottom half of them are left. And Brelix doesn't have any idea what's around him because he's actually quite safely in a dumpster. Unconscious from the fall. Garrett is free falling from a parachute at relatively high speeds. He's doing the best he can to try to wibble wobble to like make himself, more wind resistance. But at this point, that's not quite going to do it. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to roll the damage. So that is 6 damage through armor for Thodubs, as you are going to careen through the roof of the local church. You are orange, which is this building right here. You are going to come right through the bell tower. You are going to hit the bell, and you're going to ride it down the tower to the bottom. Boom, 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 boom. Like splinters of wood shooting out the sides, breaking glass, all the way riding it to the ground. But the truth is, all that's going to cushion your fall enough that 6 damage is all you're going to take, even though you basically just free fell from orbit.
Yeah, crap.
Church saved you, man.
That's right.
So at this point, we're not necessarily in combat time. You all may act on your own initiatives.
Well, with the debris of the pod coming down, Hylar, jumped out, trying, desperately to find someone and just sink his rage into, and then had to take a double step and realize that there was nobody here. So I'm gonna try to go to the end of this block.
Okay.
Into this house here.
Look
around.
You're being stealthy.
I am as much as I can be.
Please give me recon and stealth checks. And while you're resolving that, Marcus, I'm assuming you're doing something similar?
Yeah, something similar. Immediately verifying my immediate area. Like I said, I can hear people around me, and I'm going to work on either getting in a building or, more importantly, on top of a building,
someplace where I have concealment, and I can get up and try to find where my other party members are while still being sneaky.
Excellent. Okay. Also, stealth and recon, you're trying to get up on top of a building.
Yep.
All right. Dubs, what are you gonna do?
So I envision myself laying on my back in the middle of a bunch of rubble. Is kind of what I'm seeing myself as.
Yeah.
Has my suit come up? Am I able to move?
So I imagine that you'd actually be awoken from a momentary unconsciousness by the sound of your, like, whatever the welcome to Windows sound is for your suit. It
Yes.
bings in your ear, and damage processes start scrolling across. It's not good. Most of your external sensors are cooked, so your ability to use your onboard sensors are going to be very limited. And to make that matter even more fun, it's going to report that you've lost 75% of your battery pack for your laser rifle, as it had to jettison part of the backpack that was currently exploding while that was going on. Internal reservoirs for you, meaning your magazine pouches for any other weapons, because your integrated weapon does not count as a carried weapon, so you could have carried one of these other weapons. However, whatever magazine pouches you would have had for that would have been compromised, as they are on the outside of the suit and would have been part of the, like, when the burning plasma came in and started cooking stuff, pretty much everything attached to the outside of the suit was at least damaged, if not destroyed. So you're not in great shape, but you are now back on your feet. That would mean that you would have 25 shots remaining with your main laser cannon and whatever's in the magazine for whichever one of these other weapons you took with you. Your dagger would be fine. To make matters worse, your servo assist is going to be slightly compromised, so all your +4s are now +2s until the suit's worked on.
Jeez, what a crit fail. God damn.
Well, yeah, you say it that way, but what you should be saying is, dude, you just survived falling from orbit without a fucking anything.
For real. I'm thankful I'm alive right now.
Because when the plasma, like, when you think about it, the plasma that's generated on the outside of a spaceship as it enters orbit, that is what was cooking him in his suit.
They got scientists studying that right now.
You sure do. That's what gave me the idea.
I mean, in general, we made it to the so, like, all of us did. So that's a start.
You guys were all in pods, though. I mean, one of you decided you didn't need that shit.
Okay, second question here. What is my percentage on protection for the suit right now? So I'm down 75% on everything. Is that 75% of that as well?
No, some of that would have ablated off. I'll tell you what, roll a d6. However many points that d6 gives you, that's how many points come off the protection for the suit.
Come on, Snake Eye.
Oh,
Damn it.
Come
on.
When you don't want to boxcars. But, it's fair.
Okay, so I'm down to +21 on my protection.
Oh, damn. Oh, +21. That's how will you ever get by?
I would have loved that one. Jeez,
So you're taking stock of yourself.
Yes, so right now everything is running at 25%.
So give me a perception check.
It's a 6.
I thought you put points into recon and...
I have a recon of 0.
Oh, so you brought it to 0. Gotcha.
Yeah, I brought it to 0. I was at
Okay.
negative before.
Even with a 6, I'm gonna guess you can hear a commotion outside. You may not be able to make it, but maybe common sense will click in here. but we're going to resolve that on your next turn. Braylix, give me an endurance check.
That's a 4.
That's a nope. Okay, Hylar. You passed your checks?
Yes, I got a 12 stealth and a 9 recon.
Excellent. Okay, let me get out my groups of civies here. These two are special, so I gotta put them somewhere else. Okay. Okay. Around you, you see civilians like taking cover and huddling like underneath things, and there's a population here, although it's much smaller. It's a ghost town because people are trying to evac. They're down at the shore. So if you look at the bigger overhead map over here, yeah, most of the civilians are down here at the landing pads where the Defender and the other ships are going to come in and pick them up. You guys have actually dropped in up here. Not all the civilian population has managed to evacuate. And you see these civilians. They're not technically your problem, but from previous experiences, you would know that if there's anything you can do to at least encourage them to move in the right direction, it would be beneficial. It's possible that you could even take them to the backup rendezvous point with the leaders who've chosen to stay behind, should you choose to do that. The moral dilemma is all yours.
I'm gonna increase the voice on my suit so that when I speak out, they can hear me over the den.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, all civilians must get to this to the ships at the docks. Right, that's where they're coming in.
Yep. So you're gonna send them down to the docks? Yeah, you can send them there. That's one of your options. You tell basically get your ass in gear. You better run.
Right, exactly. And then I'm gonna make my way to where I think.
Okay. Can you give me a social check, like a?
Sure can.
Yeah, just any type of leadership or persuade or something like that. Leadership would be the best one.
It would be, because I can't really use it streetwise.
Well, and leadership is the proper skill for it, so I will take a lower number for a pass on a leadership.
I do have a persuade.
Okay.
The leadership would take a -3, which would still be a pass, but persuade makes this a 13.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty good. You only needed a 10 to pass on a persuade, so that's 3 more than you needed. And these people, they start hustling. They're like, "Oh my God, the resistance is here! Did you see that guy drop in and kill those guys?" Like, you get the impression that those 3 troopers that you accidentally killed were like the reason these guys were hiding in fear, and now that they're dead, they think you just saved them on purpose. And they
did totally do that on purpose.
Yeah, did on purpose.
Totally meant to do that.
Tell everybody you beat. All right. So you can see smoke from down pods. You don't know who's who. Down here, your sensors and communications are highly jammed. Both sides have every jamming pod they can possibly run, and it's limiting your ability to really use your electronics that well. However, your eyeballs work just fine, and you can see the smoke trails from the impacts from the other pods that have hit the city. There is another one that is not easy for you to see. Over here. So there's smoke trail at each of these spots, and then there's one here.
All right, I'm going to try to make it to one of my friends. I don't know if it's Relics or not.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a follow-up stealth check and a luck roll. We'll see which one of these guys you end up going to first.
Stealth is a 10. Luck. The lady. And it's a 6.
6 is right on the line. I'm going to send you over here so we can resolve this part first. but we'll come back to you in a minute. Marcus, what are you doing?
So I got a 14 on my stealth and a 6 on my recon.
Okay, so you don't really perceive much.
Nope.
There are people around you. You probably, with a 6, have determined that it is a mixed group. Like, you can hear military boots and you can hear civilians who are frightened. The kind of thing you would expect. You can also hear gunfire. Lots of gunfire. And screaming. That is something you can all hear. And you remember that they're not here to take prisoners or occupy this place. They are wiping this place out. However, you are the knight. You were concealed. They do not know that you are on the rooftops now above this alley.
We already did the recon. Yeah, I'm going to start slowly moving from my position to what I towards the gunfire, staying concealed and looking for signs of my buddies.
Okay. Which general direction you want to head in? Because there's really gunfire in every direction.
From the original maps, which direction would have been like the city center, like admin building kind of thing?
The objective.
Yeah.
Okay. The objective is this building here.
Then I will move my way towards that building. Doing everything I can to stay sneaky as I go. And keeping my eyes out for any of my buddies.
Acknowledged. Gizzit, give me another endurance check.
+1 this time?
Yes, every time.
That's an 8. -3 is a 5, +1 for a 6.
Almost, not quite. Okay. O-dubs. What's up, bud?
So, about my suit, do I have comms with the guys?
You can try. However, you got interference. You've got
That's right.
you've got all sorts of stuff going on, and I mean, I imagine that you guys are tactically trained. Like, there's been enough conversation about turning on your blind broadcast communications in a battlefield is a one-way ticket to getting shot in the brain pan.
Yep, you're right.
You can safely use laser comms, but in order to do that, you have to be able to see your teammates.
So, do I have waypoints? Do I have anything on my HUD that shows me where the guys are, or my objective?
The objective, yes, will be marked on your map. Where you are is something you're going to have to suss out. So you're going to need to figure out where you are one way or another. You can either do a recon check, which is a skill that I think that you at least have a 0 in per our previous discussion, or you can do a navigate. Navigate takes much lower pass, but I don't know if it's a skill you have.
It is not. So we're going to do a recon check of the area that I've actually fell into. I assume I'm in a little bit of a crater.
Yes.
I need to look around and see where I'm at, and look how to get out of where I am currently.
Okay, go ahead and do your recon.
All right, a 4.
Okay, a 4. Well, whatever this tower is you fell through, you cored it neatly. You could actually probably still climb up the sides and get back up to the top of it if you wanted a better view.
Copy.
All right, Hylar. You are going to come across a pod. And inside of that pod is going to be one of the other guys that was dropping with you. He is in a combat vac suit because he had to have an airtight system. And he has more or less a standard issue resistance kit, including their standard rifle. I don't have an actual vac suit token, so I'm just going to use this guy. I thought for sure I'd put one of those in here, but I guess I didn't. Not a big deal. Anyway, this resistance person's ID tag, when you get close enough for your HUD to bring it up, says that he is Specialist Jasper.
Is he in distress?
He is not. He is he's out of his pod. He's got his rifle up. He's trying to stay low and stay in cover. He's working competently, but he is not equipped as you are.
I see.
He's also unaware of your presence because your stealth roll was way higher than his ability to see.
I should just like merge out of the shadows and be like, all right, do you know where the objective is? We got to go north.
You can do that if you want.
All right, yeah. I'm going to be really badass because I haven't killed anybody yet. And I'm frustrated about it, so I'm just going to sneak up on this guy and scare the shit out of him. Be like, all right, you know where the objective is? It's 2 blocks up, 1 block over to the left.
Oh, shit. Hey, let's do that. Holy shit, I've never fallen. I mean, did you? I mean, holy shit. He's got a little bit of adrenaline going.
I do that all the time, actually. This is like my 5th or 6th time. It's all cool.
So
Anyway.
I'm gonna be like totally fine with this after a couple more drops. That's oh god, I don't know if I want to do that again. And as he's saying that, you're looking at him and walking down. So what you actually see is a elderly man in a gray robe runs out and then takes 4 or 5 shots in the back. And then a group of troopers they start just marching out of the cover. They have not seen you guys yet. They interrupt your conversation with that.
Shit. Jasper. 3. I like start hand motioning for me to like, I'm going to try to flank him, I guess.
Okay. You are
Or
close.
at least,
You're close enough to him to establish laser comms, so you can talk to his suit. As long as you maintain line of sight.
gotcha. I'm going to tell him to hide and
Roger, in cover.
yep, we're going to try to see where they end up.
Okay. Marcus.
As the easiest way to go to the objective is down this alleyway here. Like, I'm going to try to get on top of this building here and just continue searching and sneaking, heading towards the objective.
Give me those recon and stealth rolls.
Haha. 15 stealth, 6 recon.
You are still the night. You still don't see much. Because you're up on the rooftop, so people just don't look up. So that's, 15 stealth on the rooftops. You are the night. Gizik. +2.
Uh, 6 minus 3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay, not yet. I should have went with auto dock for you. Okay. Dubs.
All right, I'm trying to climb up where I'm at. I'm trying to get to a higher advantage point so I can actually see where I'm at and get a better view of where I am related to my objective.
Okay. That's a athletic strength. Don't forget your suit gives you a +2.
Yeah, and my negative. Okay. All right. All right, 6. And then we've got a +2, which is actually a +1. So that actually goes to 7. I'm taking a negative on my endurance because of my damage.
Why is your endurance a factor?
So my endurance actually went down. I took damage through.
I understand
my
why
armor.
it went down. I don't understand why it's part of this calculation. An athletic strength check should have been your strength DM
Oh,
plus your strength skill
Nope,
plus your roll.
fair enough. Nope, you're right. You're right. Thank you. So yeah, it's an 8.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's an 8. You have a 1 in strength on this sheet. Is this sheet wrong?
Yeah, so I have a 1-inch. Oh, sorry, it's a 9. Jeez, man. So yeah, it's a 6, and then I have 1 on my strength, and then I have the 2 from my armor.
Okay.
So yes, it is a 9.
Okay. So you're going to climb up this tower with relative ease, and when you get to the top, there are going to be a group of Unity troopers. Like, you can see them entering the building at the base floor, like tactical sweep and style. They are looking for you, but you now also have a view of the city block area. Give me a recon check.
All right, there we go. All right, so now we have a 9.
Okay. So you see this entire scene here. Okay. Couple things are important here. First off, that laser rifle you're packing has the range to reach all the way out and provide sniper support from your current location. You can hit this area. Secondly, because you have a line of sight now, you can automatically link with Jasper, Hylar, and Marcus because he's on a rooftop. And because they're friendlies, they'll all show up on your HUD. It also means that they can talk to each other now.
Okay, so basically laser comms is what we're referring to.
Yes, your laser comms are good as long as you're all within the line of sight of each other.
Copy.
Okay. So you may talk to your friends, keeping all the things I just said in mind before we start the next round.
Hey guys, I see ya. Hey, I am on a rooftop, probably. Well, see, Hyler, I'm not at your left there, but I can actually see the 3 guys that are in that alley. What do you guys got up for a plan? I see Marcus on the rooftop over there, so it looks like Marcus on a rooftop, Hyler down at the bottom. Looks like we've got one of our guys down there as well. I don't see relics, but I'm here for support.
We're gonna just hide here and see what these Unity troopers do.
Shouldn't we
Yeah.
ambush them as they go by? You hear Jasper say on the comms.
We got Caprasap up there. Marcus, you ready?
I do have range. They're in range with my laser rifle too, so just to let you know.
Marcus, that was a yes.
Which way am I going? I don't see you guys. I see the tower that Garrett's in.
At the end of that roof, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
right below you there.
I see him now.
All right, we're gonna go on Marcus's signal.
Like, my signal is I'm going to jump and
Did you want
This
me
guy
to shoot
here?
them or just watch you jump?
and shoot this guy over here. And Jasper, you guys get this guy over here.
10-4.
Okay.
Okay, before we get into all that shininess, Kizik +3.
5 plus 3 minus 3 is still a 5.
Okay. We'll get +4 next time.
One day, Kizik will join us. You got this, buddy.
He's a lot safer than you guys are right now.
Oh yeah, he is.
All
Nothing
right.
could possibly go wrong with our plan. All right. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Everybody give me combat initiatives. However, Marcus is going to get to go first, regardless of whatever his initiative is. Because everyone else is holding for his action, and the baddies don't know they're involved yet.
My initiative is 12.
We're going to do 7.
$12.
Do I roll unconscious?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it so we have it. That'll tell me when to have you rolled for trying to get him back to consciousness.
13. Do we get advantage for this one?
Define advantage.
I'm assuming our suits don't count towards initiatives.
They would if you are fast of body.
Oh,
Oh,
I
wait.
need to change mine.
Wait, no. Technically, they don't. Because it specifies combat checks, and initiative is an initiative check.
Gotcha. I didn't think it did, but figured I'd check.
The bad guys are sitting at 7, by the way. And they are acting as a minion group, so they only need 1 initiative slot.
Minions.
Yeah, it's a mechanic I steal from Edge of the Empire. It just makes it easier to do groups of lesser enemies. Okay.
It makes sense.
Marcus, you get to go first regardless of other issues.
All right. We have tried this many times before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, hi-ho, Silver.
Yo,
I'm going to jump off the building with my sword to chop right down on this Unity Trooper here. And because it's funny, I'm going to scream, meow! And jump down and hit him.
Do it! Probably.
Yeah, we'll see.
Does Marcus want to be an Aslan?
Good thing I'm wearing power armor. Oh, I did.
Okay. Add the effect to your damage. What's the AP on that super sword you've got?
10.
Okay.
It's all the APs. D9, 10, 11, 16.
Okay, you completely kill one of them. Would you please describe how this epic moment goes down, knowing that you were completely successful in killing one of them?
So after watching them walk past the body of the guy that they had just gunned down, being all triumphant in there, like we're slaughtering civilians, but still, like they know something else is out there, they hear a loud meow, and as they look, like the one guy looks up, all he sees is the monofilament blade just like come down straight down the middle of him, head to torso, and just cut him in half.
Excellent. Top of the round. Hylar.
Alright. I want to use my flight pack like a boost pack from a la Starfield. But I want to launch myself into them with the sword blade.
Okay, so I'm going to count maneuvers to jump with the pack as a coordination check. Okay? So,
Okay.
to do this, you need to do dexterity and athletics dexterity.
Okay. The suit +4 helps.
Yes, you are more dexterous with the suit. It's also a built-in function of the suit, so I imagine this is something it's kind of programmed to do.
Excellent. I should get a +5 to this roll. I am excited.
I would like to count this as your attack roll, since you're charging into them. That's what's like your plan, right?
Yes. I want this in my head to look like a samurai running into another guy and then coming out the other side, and then this guy, that my target, just kind of like splits in half.
You visualize your goal. Let's see if it happens.
All right, I rolled a 9 +5.
All right. That is a 14, which is a
14.
I believe it's a critical. Yeah, that is a critical success. So you are definitely going to kill this guy. Go ahead and roll your damage and tell me your AP is what? 5?
It's AP 5.
Okay.
And it's 3D damage.
It's 6D.
60.
Or you can just roll it twice. However you want. Add them up.
First one's 12. Second one is 7 for a 19.
So not only do you cleave the first one in half, but you get part of the second one as he tries to maneuver away. He does live, but he just steps out here, and you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a +2 on top of all the other checks to the sniper who's about to take his shot. I don't think Jasper's going to get to go this turn. He's ready, man, but I don't think he's going to get to do it.
Beautiful.
Oh, and Braylix +4.
10 plus 1 is 11. Wake up.
You wake up in a dumpster. To the sound of rifle fire, I imagine, coming from a bell tower across the town square, right, Dubs?
Yeah, that's right.
So a laser weapon makes a very interesting... It's almost like a camera flash, like there's all like when you hear them charge up and then fires, and then it makes a thunder crack because the lightning actually separates the air just like thunder does. It heats up the air, causing that instantaneous expansion and contraction of air that makes the thunderclap. So a laser weapon is actually very loud, but it's also like omnidirectional in a way that a rifle is not. But it is a very impressive weapon. Also, the laser rifle fires a beam, so when you pull the trigger, you basically hold the trigger for between a half and a full second. So it's not like a bullet where it's just pew and it's out. It's meow, and there's like a long hole burned through, or you could even do a short line with it. Like I said, very scary, very impressive weapon you have there.
Very nice. All right, yep. So we're going to go after the third baddie that's hanging out there, and we are going to take a very, very steady shot at him. We're going to look right at his head, and we are going to pull that trigger.
Okay. Roll your damage. It is the 5D version.
Oh, should I roll for my hit?
Sorry,
or just
roll your
damage?
hit. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. My bad.
Okay, that's a 7 plus a 5 is going to be 12.
So add 4 to your damage.
So we have a 19. Adding a 4 to that is going to be 23.
Okay, with the damage that Hylar did, you can describe this sniper shot however you want it to go down, but you did kill this guy.
Okay, so steady the shot. All of a sudden, you hear that thunder of lightning and crack of thunder kind of go through the sky, and all of a sudden, this guy just falls down with this burnt hole through the side of his head.
Very successful. Jasper's like, "Oh my god, you guys are badass!" Like he's having a geekgasm right now.
And
Still missing one.
Get out of the trash can.
You guys are out of combat. I do need a recon check from Thodubs, though.
And we've got an 8.
Give me a luck roll.
And we have an 11.
Okay. Below you, in the hole that you fell through where the bell tower is, way below you, those 3 Unity troopers that came into the building have just walked into the carnage that is the base of this bell tower. They do not see you, but they have obviously been drawn, to the carnage and the noise of both your landing and of that rifle shot.
So do they know that I am there?
They have not seen you yet. They highly suspect someone is here somewhere.
Gotcha.
They are looking for you. And you can see them. They are directly below you in the building.
Okay, well, I'm definitely going to make sure I stay unseen and kind of make sure they can't see me immediately.
Prelix, Hylar, Marcus. You guys just successfully ambushed one of the patrols coming through the city, murdering people.
Brelix cuts himself free from the thing and climbs out of the dumpster.
Marcus, did you yowl like a cat on your way down?
Yeah, that's what you sound like, and I want to be like you.
No, you're
Like,
just patronizing me.
We definitely heard you when we got launched out of the spaceship. Like, I'm pretty sure I heard you meowing.
Yeah, it was probably pretty loud.
Yeah. Garrett, you alright? Do you need assistance?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Just sheltering space. I've got 3 guys below me.
Well, you're not exactly sneaky with that rifle.
No, that's true. But yeah, so I am at the church tower over here. 3 guys at lower level.
Has anybody seen Brelix?
I have not.
Brelix sneakily, tries to come out of the alleyway.
Sneakily is in air quotes.
Then he hits eye contact with or line of sight with somebody and goes, I is everybody okay? That was a rough landing. Did Marcus make it? Did Garrett make it?
We're all here, buddy.
Tower, yeah, we're all here. You have a banana on your back. Did your pod just disintegrate?
No, I was going to save Garrett. He didn't make it through the atmosphere the right way, and then I pulled my emergency handle, and I didn't fly away from the pod like I thought was going to happen. And yes, I know I can hear you, Churchill. I told you to stop talking because you were going to talk me out of saving my friend, and I should.
Oh no, your squishy meat sack brain knows best. You don't need my help. God forbid I actually, try to help you with. Do you know what? You just do you. That's fine. It's not like we have a special quantum entanglement thing, so you can have, super important, super smart AIs help you with. And he just keeps going.
And none of us can hear.
None of you guys can hear it, but Brelix.
All right, let's go save Garrett.
Let's go save the world.
Hey,
Save Garrett.
I'm gonna go this way, go around, and see if I can get behind them. If you guys go around the front.
All right. Come on, Jasper.
At 4. And he files right in. He's very tactical in his maneuvering. He seems like he's a professional soldier.
Do. We're all sneaky. Do. Ba-da.
Hey, guys. Jasper says, "What's the plan here? Are we just gonna bust the door in and try to gun them down? What if there's civilians in there? It's a church."
We got a guy up in the bell tower. He's feeding us information. Garrett, are there civilians in there? Can you scope it out?
I'll probably need to do a recon check for that.
You would probably need to go down a level and then go into the upper level of the main building to see, into the main hall. You're currently in the top of the bell tower, which is great for sniping, not so great for seeing who's in the main sanctuary.
Copy that. Okay, so yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and move some position here and see if I can get a better visual.
Okay. Give me a stealth check first, and then assuming you pass that, a recon check.
Stealth would be dexterity, right?
Yes, that's dexterity.
Is that something? And I'm using my suit, which is good.
Your suit's less than stealthy, but I'll give you the +2 on it. It might help a little bit.
Yeah, so I got a 6.
Okay. I'm going to make it an opposed roll for lulls. Go ahead and do your recon while I'm doing that. Because, your eyeballs will still work. Oop, they're going to see you.
I rolled a 4, so I'm sure that is probably not.
Unfortunately, they see you and you don't see them. Let me just roll something else real quick. All right, that's a 6. That's not any good. That's a 7. That's not much better. And last one. That's a 10. So that guy's going to do something. So the third guy is going to see and open up on you as you try to walk across this walkway that's around the edge of the top level of the sanctuary. And he's not going to hit you, but he is going to hit the board you're walking on, which is going to shatter them enough that you're going to fall in your heavy power armor through the 2 floors of the sanctuary, and you're going to land in the middle of the sanctuary on the ground.
Gosh, again?
Yep. You are going to take an additional 3 damage through your suit because you're taking fall damage.
Got it.
And that counts as your turn. And we're going to go back into combat time because you are now in combat time. We're going to start at the top of the round, though, with Hylar. You can hear the weapon fire and the crash as Garrett falls down in there.
I'm going to try to go around the corner and come in the back way. Hopefully there's a back way, and if not, I'm going to make a back way. But 6 seconds moving to back there?
6 seconds can definitely get you to the building, but not necessarily through or into it. Either option is available to you. This is a building made out of wood. And Jasper is staying tight on your 6, so he's also available.
He's checking my corners and stuff.
Yep. He's only carrying a basic loadout for the resistance, though, so keep that in mind.
Jolly Roger. Yep, all I can do is move. Marcus' sister.
I do not know exactly what's going on. I'm going to enact my evil plan for going this way. And I'm going to go get my secret camera out of Hylar's drop pod.
You've successfully retrieved your secret camera. It will provide hours of entertainment later on.
Yep, that was my 6 seconds.
I approve of everything you did there. Braylix, what's your secret super plan? What's your plan in this scenario?
I know my friend is getting shot at. I'm listening to the tirade of you should use me as a tactical option. I'm gonna say tactically sound to open fire on people actively firing at my friends and come through this way. Is there a door in the front?
So this area he's standing in right here is because they're all actually inside. He's not actually standing on it, but that's the stairs. That's the main entrance right next to the tower, I think. And I think the back entrance is over here where Hylar is. I don't know how churches are designed. I'm just going to say that that's the case.
Is there some big old stained glass windows here?
There absolutely are. There definitely are. Also, Churchill's rant has been like, oh yes, you're totally tactically sound. Let's do the whole man with a rifle thing because you're famously good at that. It's not like you have any skills that would be valuable. You know what? I'm going to stop trying to help you. And he's continuing on his tirade. You know,
yeah, I'm gonna knock one of the stained glass windows out. Take a full auto shot at one of the Unity troopers.
In order to get up to its level with the stained glass window, you're going to have to do a flight check.
Oh, awesome. Uh, 11.
Add that effect to your shooty roll. Oh, nope, I saw that critical fail.
Snake Eyes plus 7 is a 9.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's Snake Eyes. I mean, it does matter. I'll let you still hit, but we are gonna have the negative consequences for the critical fail.
I also said full auto, so I get to roll it again. That one's a 15. But might not matter if I jammed on the first shot.
You're not going to jam. I already know what the effect is going to be.
Yeah. I assume firing whilst flying is a bad idea.
Not necessarily, but you will have to, learn to control your weapon, which is going to careen you backwards into the other building.
Yep, that's fun.
If only we'd spent 2 weeks talking about the amazing things that the tools you could use.
Is somebody supposed to drone strike a church with 3 guys in it?
Yes. What part of that is hard for you to comprehend? Jesus Christ! I'm gonna fire it with full auto weapon fire, but I don't know if I want to use the standoff weapon.
Yep, bad calls. I hit on my second shot 12 plus 7 for 19 damage.
Sweet.
As I'm careening into the back of the church.
Yeah, you have fucked that church up. You have done all sorts of damage to it, and you totally hit the church. That's absolutely, you've done significant amount of damage. Garrett, you fell down, went boom. You are now you're the only one who's in the sanctuary right now with them. You are in the sanctuary with these 3 Unity troopers, all of whom are leveling weapons at you. And then there's a hail of weapon fire that does cause them to put their heads down and duck behind pews and start hunkering for cover.
And make me thankful that I was laying on my back again. That went over my head because that was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to get to a knee. I'm going to find some cover, and I am going to... You said these guys have all taken cover already, but I'm going to go after this particular guy right here.
Okay. Give him the business. How you want to do it?
I'm also assuming, I don't know, maybe I'm incorrect in assuming, but I have a energy weapon that is a high-powered laser that I'm sure can probably cut through whatever he is hiding behind.
So his cover still counts cover as normal. But yes, a wooden pew is less cover than, say, a brick wall.
Okay, so I won't shoot through the pew then. I will just avoid the pew and still go after him.
Yeah, mechanically, everything you just said is the same either way. It's part of the math that I do. So when they duck behind something, I determine the DR that it adds for the cover they're in. And then you tell me whatever your damage is, and I reduce that number by the amount of DR they have.
Okay, you got it. Okay, so I'm going after the guy that is probably closest to me here.
Okay.
So we have a 7. Dexterity is going to bring it to a 9.
Okay. Add that to your damage and roll your damage.
The damage is going to be 15.
Okay. You clip the shoulder of one of the troopers, and it does sear in and do some damage. It doesn't kill him, but he's hurt as he careens to a stop behind another pew as you've splinter one. And that brings us... Jasper's going to get to go. Wait, Jasper's going to wait for Hylar. Jasper's not going to do anything until Hylar, because he's been following Hylar, so technically he's kind of gone. As a matter of fact, we should just move Jasper into Hylar's turn order. So that makes it the baddie's turn. They can only see one target. They can't actually hit that target, but they can only see one target. So there's just a spray of fire that hits all around Garrett. Like, it makes an outline of him like a cartoon in the wall, and he just kind of pats himself afterwards and be like, really? Not even one? They rolled a 4.
Like, finally, some streak of luck, right?
That is very lucky for you.
Hylar.
So all of them are on a lower level than my friend.
They're actually on the same level as Garrett. Yes, I know you said your friend and you met Braylix. Braylix is smashed into this other building, and you will be entering, if you go through the door, on the same floor they're on, coming through the main entrance of the sanctuary. If you use a door.
All right, I'm going to use the door. I'm going to come in swinging and a big overhead cleavy chop. Did I do that?
Did I do that? You did.
Sorry.
We fixed it.
And I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay.
Swingy chop. Oh, boxcars.
Fuck yes. That is a critical.
And then here's the damage.
Okay. Give me the damage again.
12 plus... Ooh, 12 again. 24 damage, AP 5.
That you're going to cleave that first guy, and you can swing into the second guy, or you can pass that effect along to Jasper.
Oh, man. I'm going to let Jasper do it.
Okay.
I'm supporting him.
He comes in behind you, you slice into the first guy, and the guy that's standing next to him is so, oh my god, like he's part machine, but he's still part organic, so he's still affected by watching his buddy get cleaved in half. Jasper comes around the corner. Oof. How much effect was that? You said you did 24. You did 18, so that's 6. Okay. Yeah. So that's 11.
Some sort of weird goat noise while we do it.
And he's got slug 1. Is Dex right now?
Yeah,
So-
that.
Okay.
I see now. I see what I'm doing.
And these auto rifles, these basic bitch rifles are 3D. Oh no, he rolled 2 1s on that. Okay, so that's 6
Jasper.
damage plus that's plus 3, so that's 9 damage. It's not actually enough to get through the armor. So he comes around perfect order, like he does everything perfectly. And just hoses down the guy in the pew in front of him. And it just doesn't do anything. Like, it just bounces off the guy's armor. And he empties the whole magazine. Ooh, should I do that? I can empty the whole magazine. Those things are auto. I can't empty the whole magazine, but I can auto too. Let me give him another roll.
Come on, Jasper.
Okay, alright. So that one comes through and does 4 damage through his armor. So he lets another burst through in the same spot, and a couple of rounds sink into the guy's abdomen, and he grunts as kind of takes a knee from the effect of the shot. Marcus, it is your turn. Camera in hand, you've begun strutting back. You hear weapons fire coming from the church.
Yep, I'm going to, as rapidly and sneakily as I can, come down this little thing here.
Okay, I'll let you take a full turn to get about halfway there. You are bounding in your power armor through the streets with no care of whether you're stealthy or not.
Nope.
Actually,
That's about it.
give me a luck roll.
Six
6.
saves trying to be stealthy.
Well, there is another group of Unity troopers nearby, and there's also a group of civilians. So, you've got a group of civilians over here. And you've got another group of Unity troopers that you are going to be able to see that are running down. They're from this direction, so they're coming from over here up this alley, and you can see them coming up to the entrance. They're trying to reinforce their buddies. So their backs are to you as you are going to be coming in next time.
Roger.
Relix.
I finish my flight now down at the bottom of the thing, and I put my gun back in the holster, and I reach out and my comms to the weapon support to see what weapon support is available.
Okay, give me your comms check.
That's a 12.
Excellent. You were going to cut through the red tape. Did you happen to remember any of the things I told you to ask for?
I'm asking for what weapon systems are available to me. That's the first question to ask.
What close air support is available? What fire support is available? Yes, that's close enough. So with a 12, they're going to respond that they have 1 aircraft, Cyclone class, 2 anti-tank missiles, 500 rounds of medium autocannon available, and they have a 5-inch heavy autocannon with a combat mixed load, standard combat mixed load, that are both available for tasking at the moment. Oh, sorry. There are also 4 times artillery missiles available for the next 30 minutes from a overhead starship.
Can you repeat those?
Sure. So you've got a Cyclone class aircraft. Sorry, spacecraft. It's a fighter. It's got 2 anti-tank missiles, 500 rounds of medium autocannon. You've got the 5-inch heavy autocannon with a standard combat mix load. And you've got 4 times artillery missiles from the Urchin, the spacecraft that's in orbit helping knock down the satellites.
For 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes. Technically, each time you request air support, they would tell you what's available, but yes.
Is that my whole thing, or do I request the Cyclone spacecraft medium auto?
For 6 seconds, I feel like we've already spent way more than 6 seconds just having that first part of the conversation.
Sounds good.
Okay. Garrett.
Okay, who is visible to me in this church? Are these guys inside the church yet, or?
They're not inside the church. You'll probably be able to hear them storming up the steps, but they're not in there yet. There's 1 dead guy in front of Hylar, 1 half-dead guy in front of Jasper, and the other guy is the guy that you nicked and is dove for cover behind a pew.
All right, since I don't know, you said I can kind of hear these guys coming up, probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, since they're not visible to me, I'm going to go after the same guy that I nicked.
Okay.
Oh, come on, really? I rolled a 4.
Okay. Well, a 4 doesn't quite do it.
No, it doesn't.
All right. So let me roll through both baddie groups turns. I'm going to put them on the same initiative. Baddie group 1 is basically 1.5 people. And with let me check their actual skills, because he might have enough skill points to make that work. Oh, not from that, he doesn't. From that, he does. Okay, so just barely scraping by with an 8. And so he does not get through your armor, but he does spray weapon fire. The last guy, the guy that you nicked behind the pew, pops up and just unloads a few rounds toward you.
Okay.
It does not get through your armor.
Gotcha.
It does hurt your log. That. Where is my sheet? There it is. Okay. That's baddie group 1. Baddie group 2. Baddie group 2 is going to do something a little different. They are going to come up to the door and stack appropriately on the door. They are then going to pull out 3 cylindrical objects. And chuck them into the door towards where Thodubs is. Because, actually, I need to do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because there are other people they could do it to now. Nope, they're going to throw him at Hylar. Okay. Hylar, 2 of the 3 cylindrical objects land right at your feet. They are fragmentation grenades.
Man, see, if I was evil, I'd grab Jasper and throw him down onto the grenades. Instead, can I grab a Unity Trooper and use his body as a shield? Was I muted?
You're not muted. I'm thinking about it. Because technically the mechanics say no, but Rule of Cool says I should let you do it. Give me a luck
Like
roll.
I just cat pounce on him.
Yeah, give me a luck roll, and if you can pass a luck roll, then we'll make it a reflex check.
All right, that's an 8 for luck.
By the skin of your teeth. Let's do it.
Nice.
So do a reflex check. And what I want is an unarmed check. I want you to grab the guy that's still alive and do an opposed check for him to push him down on top of these grenades. So I'm going to roll him, and you roll yours.
All right.
He rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7 plus 5.
Okay, well, that's going to allow you to move
12.
him. So you may now place him on top of the grenades. But that is going
Excellent.
That's going to suck for him because the combined damage of that. I actually need more dice. I haven't needed that in a while. Hold on. Here we go. I don't really need to do this. I just want to know how much it is. That is 27 damage. It is 27 damage up through his chest and out the top as that guy is splatted.
Jesus.
You also just saved Jasper's life because had you simply dove for cover, Jasper was not going to make it.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. That would have been real rough.
All right, so that means that this guy's dead and this guy's dead.
Cavity.
And now it's top of the round for Hylar.
Oof. This guy's been hurt, right?
Yep, he got nicked by Garrett. His shoulder's damaged, and he's cowering behind a pew because the one he was hiding behind is now on fire and splinters.
All right. I'm going to rush up to that pew and with the sword attack that guy. Shimmy. Oh no, bad roll. Shit. That's only a... hold on, my crazy dex. It's a 9 to hit.
Okay. Add your effect to your damage.
Right, Kizik? Am I wrong?
You're right.
Okay, 10 damage.
10 damage, AP 5 puts you at 15.
AP5.
Yeah,
Plus
that
your strength.
plus your strength.
Oh yeah, plus my strength,
strength modifier.
which is +4 right now, so that's even better. 16 damage.
Plus AP 5 was just 21. Minus 12.
Yep.
Okay. He's got 1 hit point left.
And it's very angry with him.
Oh yeah, you cut his arm off, and he's just sitting there like, holy shit! But you didn't cut his gun arm off, so he's trying to hold a rifle in one hand while like blood is just spraying out of this arm that is no longer there.
See, Jasper, I've seen my mistake now. Should have cut the other arm off.
Yeah, let's see if Jasper can get a kill. Oh shit, it was almost boxcars. It was so close. Still, it's good. That's an 11. Plus his thing, so that's 13. Okay. And then weapon damage. That's not bad either. Okay, so that's 10, 15 plus his effect. Oh shit, what did I say his attack was?
13.
13. Okay, so that's a +5 on top of a 15. So he does 20 damage on his first roll? That can't be right. That's really good.
Go, Jasper. Go, Jasper. Go.
He also gets another attack. He doesn't
Nice.
need it at this point, but I just want to see. Nope, that's a 10 plus 2 is 12. It's not as good on the damage though. Still good, not as good. But it makes it through. Holy shit, Jasper just mows this guy down. He shoots into the hole that Hylar made in the guy's arm.
Nice. Hell yeah, Jasper.
I figured out how to do it. And
Taking advantage.
he knocks that guy out. The guys stacked on the door are like, that fucking backfired. And they might be about to have quite a rude awakening, depending on what Marcus does, and depending on what Braylix does. It is Marcus's turn.
I'm going to hold for Braylix.
Okay.
Because they're in the open and he's calling a thing. So I'm not going to hold. I'm going to go this way to the 3 civilians and stop them from running out into and start funneling them back this way to the
safety.
to the dock, but to stay out of the line of fire of the fighter.
Give me a leadership or some other social check for corralling the civilians. Intimidate would be acceptable. If you can figure out how deception works into this, I'll take it.
I mean, I could lie to him like, is it really lying though?
For free ice cream down at the dock.
Yeah, because lying is the only social skill I have.
Braylix, let's see if you can use a tool. You are danger close, but I have faith.
So I'm requesting the Cyclone Air spacecraft to use the autocannon on the 3 Unity soft targets.
Okay, sounds good. Please roll military tactics.
9 plus 2 is an 11.
9 plus 2 is an 11. That is correct. That is a good roll. I'll add that effect. Weapon. Oh, nope. I need this one. And I need this one. medium autocannon is 8D to ground troops. Please roll 8D damage auto 3. So take 8D and roll it 3 times and give me the results. Subtract 12 from each damage roll.
21 minus 12 is
9.
9.
Okay, your next one.
32 minus 12 is 20.
Yep.
26 minus 12 is 14.
Okay, so a line of dunk, 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 dunk. Basically imagine it to be the A10 cannon that all of us in the DCS world have seen the wonderful effects of an A10's Gao cannon as it rips through here, and there's nothing but giblets left. It also tends to just like this whole wall in the building gets kind of partially dismantled. The bell tower takes enough hits that the whole side of it crumples in, and then you hear the zoom as the cyclone zips off on the other side. And basically, Braylix hears back from the actual pilot of the cyclone. It says, "Fire mission complete. Standing by for BDA." And what he's asking for is how much damage, battle damage assessment. What did I do?
Can I see that? I guess through somebody else's things. Can confirm 3 kills.
You guys can talk it amongst yourselves. You don't have to answer right this second. You are out of combat at this point, by the way.
Target neutralized. Thank you for the assist.
I'm gonna let these 3 guys go down because my deception roll was horrible and I can't social.
It's okay.
Other than screaming, "Don't go that way, you'll die."
I mean, just saying don't go that way, you'll die is, good enough because they don't actually get all the way. There's like a zip of Gao fire, and they're like, oh, no, he said not to go that way. They go the other way.
If we are out of combat, I would like to request some medical from Hylar.
Yeah.
I'm down to 1 endurance.
You guys also may want to vacate the building as its structural integrity has been compromised and it's on fire.
Yes, let's do that first.
Can we try to make it to the target spot?
Yes.
Let me hit him with a medic check. They have to be pretty quick.
I will go scout ahead. Will you medic?
It's not a great medic, man. I'm sorry. Did not go well.
I saw that 3. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's all good.
That's bad dice. All right, so we need to leave this place, and we're going this direction. Relics, take us in.
You guys hear a lot less gunfire than you heard before, but the gunfire you do hear is coming from the vicinity of the place that your objective is located.
Well, they told us to find the building everyone was shooting at, right?
Yep.
All right.
Can I fly on the roof to try to take a vantage point of them?
Yeah, you can fly properly any way you want. You could be an aircraft if you wanted. But you do need to be careful about anti-aircraft positions in the town, as you saw coming down that there were a couple of them.
Yeah, I just want to hop up on this roof to. Oh no, I'm not the stealthy one. I want my friends to stealth in first, and then give me a call back so I can call in other fire support. That's the smart thing, right? Tactics.
You are using your tools. That's always a wise choice. That's not true. It's mostly a wise choice. So who's going to stealth in first? I'm assuming that since Marcus is way up front, that Marcus is going to do it.
Yep, I'm gonna go in and a window on this side of this building that I can get in and take cover and go and see what's going on and see which way they're shooting it to kind of figure out the situation so that I can pass that back.
Sure.
To the team.
So what you're gonna? So give me your stealth and recon checks first. Let me not get ahead of myself.
Well, stealth is 17.
I don't even know why I bothered to ask.
Wait, did I math that right? 12, 4. No, it's not. It's 3 plus. It's 19. Stealth is 19. High as I could possibly get it. And my recon is 5.
Okay. You can't really see who's who. What you can see is that these two sets of buildings, so this set of buildings and this set of buildings, people are shooting from each of these buildings into the other buildings, and these two buildings are turning each other into kindling. So there's like just a massive amount of weapons fire coming back over. If you were to walk through here, you'd just be Swiss cheese.
I'm sneaking my way over this way so I can get laser sight to Bralix on top of my. Hey, Bralix, we got two sets of guys, one in each building, facing each other, having a massive gunfight. I can't tell who's who, and which one's the good guys and which one's the bad guys. Continuing to observe, and then I'm gonna go back to over here.
Hylar, can you go help him out? Point me in the right direction, and we can drop some artillery on through a building.
Just drop it on this whole building right here. I'll highlight it for you.
You don't know that those are the bad guys.
Oh, sorry.
That's the whole point of the recon.
Tracking. Jasper and I are going to move up.
Okay.
Sneaky like.
Jasper shall come with you. Do a recon check. Do a stealth and then recon check.
My stealth is... Oh, no. That's not good. Hold on.
I thought your stealth was really good.
Yeah, I got a +1 in it, and then it's a dex thing, so that's another +1. So that's 2. So I got a 7, because I rolled a 5. Oh, and a dex! +4. Oh, thank God.
So you got
11 total.
11. So your stealth has a effect of 3.
Yes.
That is fortuitous because he needed a effect of 1 to remain stealthy.
Come on, Jasper.
He is technically wandering around this city in a spacesuit. Because he had to wear one to come down because he doesn't have power armor.
That's true. I'm giving him not a lot of credit. He deserves more.
He's doing pretty well. I figured he'd be dead within. He was my red shirt. I figured he'd be dead like in the first opening round.
Right. Doing all right. All right, so we're sneaking up there to do a recon. What do we see?
You passed your recon check?
Yeah. That was the first thing I rolled, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That was stealth.
I thought you rolled stealth. I didn't know you rolled recon.
My bad. Maybe I didn't. And that's a 10.
Okay. Well, with a 10, you absolutely can do everything you just said. You don't even have to get that close. You can see that these are the Unity troopers in these sets of buildings. With a 10, you can also see that there's nobody but the Unity troopers left alive in there. There are plenty of bodies on the ground, but there's only Unity troopers standing in that building.
Relics. This whole building can be lit up. I'm going to highlight it for you. Getting out of range of the orbital.
We're not going to call in artillery strikes. Those are not specific enough. We're calling in the artillery strike. No, first
Whatever
we're
you gotta
reaching
do.
out to the weapons support.
Okay. Roll your comms.
That's a 9.
Okay, all of the same support is available, minus the ammunition expended in the last run.
Request artillery on this GPS location.
So that's heavy autocannon, because
Yes, sorry. Heavy
Artil-
autocannon. Yeah, that was the. Yep, I wrote it down the wrong way. Heavy autocannon.
okay.
With
Give me
combat load.
military tactics check. You may take the effect from Hylar's recon check and add it to your tactics roll.
So +2.
Yes, it was.
5 +2 for a 7 +2 for a 9.
Okay. Roll 1dd times 3 plus 1 for each roll. Wait. Let's do it the proper way, because I did go through teaching you the way. Line up 10 dice, 10d6, in 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4.
I need one more.
I'm only doing this as an educational thing. You're
Two
what?
groups of 3, 1 group of 4.
Yes. First group of 3 is your armor penetrating, suppose. The group of 4 is your high explosive incendiary.
$16.
And the other
The last
3,
one are the flak.
yes, flak used as airburst.
11.
Okay. And you're going to roll that 3 times.
Got it.
This is really overkill for the roll way that will normally be run, but since I taught you how to do it, I want to make sure that we understand it.
The penetrators was 18.
Mm-hmm.
No, 27. Missed a 9 in there. The airburst were 26. And the incendiary were 43.
Okay. So it's a difference that makes no difference for the effect of like what you guys are doing. The penetrators were AP 50. The high explosive incendiary are just raw damage. They get the extra dice, but they do get the burn effect as well for a round. And then the airburst get blast 20. So they're the ones that do the wide area of damage. Basically, cones of shrapnel rain down on the targets. What it looks like to Marcus and Hylar, who are danger close, is that the buildings in front of them simply cease to exist as a rain of high caliber 5-inch gun rounds turn everything in front of them into a smoking crater of incendiary shrapnel and dead soldiers.
Ooh, felt that one in my chest.
Little close, but fun to watch.
How many more of those do you have?
Until the defender moves out of range.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Hylar, I think we owe the defender's gunners a beer.
Absolutely. All right, Jasper, let's keep moving. All right, we're going to meet up with everybody back in this alleyway.
Yep, you're once again out of combat. The sounds of weapons fire in the city has temporarily become a distant thing.
All right, let's go get these leaders.
After you.
Yeehaw!
It's better than meow, I guess. Do you want to talk about, the augmentations and the caprosaps, or you just gonna keep having trouble? I mean, I get it. I do. I'm having trouble too. I'm just saying, I'm here for you.
I appreciate it. I'm taking all of my issues out on you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's healthy. Cool.
You. So you guys come to the shattered remains of what was once the town hall. Sorry, the town administrative building. And it's hard to tell where the doors even were because all the splinters. Inside, there's a group of 5 civilians. The 2 council members who valiantly basically said, I'm going to play bait and draw in as many Unity troopers while my people try to escape as possible. And a group of civilians who took up arms to try to defend them, of which there are only 3 left. Sorry, and their staff. 2 of them are civilians that took up arms. One of them is like the administrator's assistant, who's just kind of like been cowering in cover. We'll just say it's this one, and I'll change the color of this. Been sort of cowering in a corner. And it is Jill and Julian who are the leaders here.
Hey, Sarge, you want to talk to him?
Yeah, come on, Sarge.
You guys.
We're totally not mocking you, Sarge. Go get him.
Yes. Good.
Oh, did you tell him you were promoted?
Not even a little bit.
Oh.
Not even a little bit. I like that answer.
We heard from other people.
We can see it on our heads-up display over his name.
Oh, you would be able to see that. Yes, you would. Although that would make the ridicule so much worse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's his call sign now, Sarge.
That's. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jill. And I have the right name. I don't.
Julian?
Jill and Julian.
Yeah.
Come with me if you want to live. We've got to get you to the backup rendezvous.
I don't know who you guys are, but you just saved our asses. So yeah, okay, let's do that. Come on, guys! And he waves the people in, and the lady's like, I don't know if I can. And this guy's like, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of her shit. But like, and Jill's like, no, we can't just leave her behind. And they have a little moment, where they're like getting the panicked lady to come on. To be clear, these guys were holding off the Unity troopers with the equivalent of 9mm Berettas and lever action rifles.
Wow, good on these guys.
Brave, but fucking stupid. So
They're doing it.
They did what they had to do, I guess.
yep.
Way easier with artillery.
So what is y'all's next tasking? You are on the big map over here. You are approximately here. The rendezvous point is to get out that road, which is inconvenient from where you're at now.
That's a long route. Just a second.
Sarge, logic will say, just kill them. But I wouldn't say that as Hylar.
That is true. I mean, because we don't know his secret directives. Right?
Yeah, I don't know your secret directive.
Hylar's whispering through comms, just kill them while I'm
No.
to like
I would
really
not say
quickly run
Do
through the
it,
map
do it.
that I can see in my head and come up with the easiest way to get from where we are to all the way across town.
Let me rephrase this slightly. This is the direction you have to leave if you stayed only on the routes that are available on this map.
Alternatively, we can go up and around into the mountains, or just go downwards on the map. The backup rendezvous point is this part of the map, correct?
You would leave through that part of the map to get to it. It's like 10 miles in that direction.
And this part over here is just mountains.
Yeah, so it is a sheer cliff face mountain. There's this area up here, it was a royal palace, but it's no longer intact. And then obviously the starports and landing pads are for naval and space assets down here hanging off this bluff. So it's like a terraced city.
Sheer mountain means like we can't just climb it. We'd have to go all the way around the mountain.
It would not be easy to climb.
We might be able to climb it in our power armor, but the administrative people probably not.
Also, even though you can't see them on here, there are vehicles available. Civilian vehicles, not combat vehicles. But it is possible to try to drive out, although obviously a vehicle is a much easier target than people on foot. But it moves a lot further and faster.
I just remember having a really difficult time trying to get into one of those.
And why would you be driving with this many civilians available?
No, I hear you. But just,
Relics wants to just run a generic tactics roll. His one plan of climbing the cliffs versus fighting our way through versus going and trying to find a boat and boating all the way around.
Okay. You can roll tactics for that.
Are the Defender and the other ships still here?
That is a good question, but the real question that I can tell you the quick answer to is they won't be there by the time you can get down to where they're at.
Got it.
That's Snake Eyes. Oh, it's been a day.
There have been way too many Snake Eyes in this game.
So
surprisingly, they haven't been me.
With Snake Eyes, Braylix just freezes. He is not able to formulate a plan, period. And therefore the rest of the party cannot rely upon him to make this decision.
Prelix is listening and thinking and then listening, and people are like, "Hey, what's the right way out of here?" And he goes, and then yes, but then the so then we could go there, but then we can climb the mountain cliffs and
Marcus, he's in a loop. It's been like this for 2 minutes. We need to think of something.
Guys, we gotta move. Like, by now, they know that their teams aren't here anymore. Like, they're gonna be coming to check stuff out. Like, we need to get out of here.
Julian is going to say the quickest way and safest way out of the city would be to go to the south, but there will almost certainly be enemy checkpoints that way. If we go down to the docks, we could potentially steal a boat or a submarine if you know how to operate one. I do not. Those are the safest routes. The most direct route, obviously, is to go through the city, but that's probably suicide.
Probably.
second suicide of the day for us because we jumped out of the spaceship to get here, and then but submarines we don't know anything about except we used our suits as submarines at one time.
Hear Jill quietly tell Julian, the last of the civilian transports just loaded. The evacuees are leaving. I think most of them made it.
Oh, that's great news.
Right. So it's either go down to the port and wing it to get out of here, cross the city to go out. You said the bottom road?
Yep, the south road. What I'm calling the south road, which is this side.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I look at it from a different perspective than you. I should put a thing on here.
I say the port. Calico can exfil us if, things get really bad.
feel like Calico would be able to exfil us from anywhere if things get really bad. Assuming we can take out anti-aircraft position.
Right.
So we are over here. We need to go over here. We're all the way down to the port.
Yes. Let's start moving.
Yes. And I'll think about it on our way.
Okay, you're going down to the port. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Yep.
Can someone give me a navigate check?
Oh, I have that.
I also have that, and
Oh, you do it. You're the leader.
headed towards the docks. Let's make it to the navigate. 9 plus 2 plus 3 for a 12.
Okay, you are going to be able to circumvent all of the existing pockets of, enemy troopers that are now They're basically now trying to purge the city of any people who are left as the enemy to them enemy. Your friendly transports have now lifted off with the vast majority of the civilians on board. You guys are going to make it down to this docking area. At this docking area, there are 3 options for boats. One of them is a cargo submarine that is generally supposed to be crewed by a crew of 12, but isn't super complicated. Another is a fishing trawler, which is generally supposed to have a maximum passenger capacity of much less than the people you have with you. And the very last option are dinghies. There are 2 dinghies that could hold 4 people each.
Submarine. That's my vote.
That
I agree.
fits the most people and is
The most technically complex out of all of them.
I've never studied submarine operations, but that's the option we have that holds us all safely-ish.
You guys pile onto a cargo submarine, and not one of you has, as far as I know, the seafarer skill. So this is going to be fun, and next episode will be called Pissing Ronan Off the entire time, and it's going to be glorious.
And I'm going to watch my kitty video when we're done with all of this, just to get.
So I'm going to end the episode there, because basically you guys have effectively escaped the city. Ooh, wait. Damn it. And there's 10 minutes left, so I do have to do it. Fuck. I was going to save it for next time. Okay. So as you guys go to get on the submarine, you're standing on the dock. And I want everyone to roll a recon check. Need all my people and character tokens over here.
Haven't passed one of these ones all night. Maybe this time's the time.
Need Jasper. He's important.
Yay, a 9.
7.
7.
I got a 10.
Hylar and Garrett notice that the crazy lady has been sweating, and as you look closer at her skin is getting boils, and it starts to convulse and bubble, and everyone just sort of moves away from her as her bones start cracking and her shape starts changing, and she turns towards the civilians, and her hands morph into these long, black, sharp daggers as she stabs them through Julian's chest.
Oh, shit.
And finishes transforming into this.
Whoa!
Oh, he must be related to Brelix.
Nope.
Distant cousin.
That's a
Let's
big nope for me.
go ahead and have our initiate the last combat of the night. And of course, Jill is like, Julian, no!
I'm gonna roll tactics too.
I got a 15
an advantage.
initiative.
+2 to that because I rolled an 11 on tactics. Oh, +3 to that.
Because the last
7.
thing I said is I hadn't rolled snake eyes yet. There's my snake eyes.
No, it's for initiative. It's fine.
So 7.
That's a that's a 12 for the baddie.
3. Mine is a 3.
Okay, Jasper's going to go with Hylar. And I'm going to let Hylar go first.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Because, bad guy got his sneak attack to murder one of the 2 leaders of the resistance.
I'm going to jump on Frankie Froggy with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
He killed me, Mal. Killed me with a sword. How weird is that? 14 to hit.
Okay. Add your damage.
Uh, 16 plus 6. Go.
16 plus 6 plus AP5.
Yep, AP5.
Okay. So you cleave one of his arms off right below the elbow. And that's fortunate because that is the arm with the needle claws that he was about to swipe at you with. Jasper then unloads his rifle at point blank range into the thing's chest, and the most disturbing part of it is, as the bullets are going through, you can see the holes like slurping back like a liquid and healing themselves.
Nope, don't like that. Nope.
And Jasper actually does no damage. Like, he does damage, but all the damage is absorbed. Braylix, it is your turn. Yeah, roll sanity for me real quick. That's definitely a mutated WAP thing.
That's a 9 plus intellect is a 9. So this is just burned into my brain.
Yeah, you're dealing with it, but it's terrifying. Okay, now what do you want to do?
I'm gonna reach out to the weapons officer. I'm gonna see if one of those anti-tank weapons is available.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead. No, the weapons officer is no longer around. However, you can do a comms check to try to contact the pilot themselves. He might still be in range. Of course, broadcasting like that, you would know because of your comm skill, is going to broadcast your position to everything in the immediate vicinity, friend or foe.
Yep. I would know not to do that.
Okay. You would. Assuming that you knew not to do it, yes.
Yep. I then would watch that a knife cut off an arm, and I've got a knife on my tail, and I'm gonna try to cut off this WAP's leg so it can't run away. Little tail swipe action.
Okay. And it's next to go, right? No, Marcus is next to go. Where's the baddie?
You said baddie's 12.
Baddie's 12. Well, he is
So it's after me.
he is next to go. Okay, good. That's good because this is going to become an opposed check. Go ahead and roll it's natural for your...
Yep. That's an 11 plus 1 for a 12.
All right. That is pretty good. So, he rolled a 10. So you get to win that one with an effect of 2. Go ahead and either do your damage or whatever else you want to do. You are considered to be like melee hand-to-hand with him.
Yep. He's got one arm. He's got a big scary hand coming at me. My natural instinct is to be low, so I crouch down, I spin around with my tail, and I slice him right at the knee for some damage. 11 plus 2 for 13, plus another 2 for 15 damage.
Whew. You guys are fucking this guy up. Okay. Immediately roll me another, this time unarmed melee attack. It's got to be 10.
Plus 1 for an 11.
Oh, he did it again. Okay, so you successfully defend one. He looks like he's trying to eat you, but you're in power armor, so it's not working very well. Technically, you may make an unarmed attack because you won that grapple.
Heal him.
He's also very low on hit points.
Yeah, with my tail again. He's now like really close and on my chest. I'm like, oh, excuse me, sorry, I'm not a threat. As my tail comes around.
I'm not a threat.
9 plus 2, 11 damage.
It's excessive. You don't need that much. So you managed to, like, you're cutting him with his tail. You've grabbed he's trying to bite your head off, and you've grabbed his mouth with different parts of your hands, and you just use a power armor to, like, pull his jaw off. And he just starts coming apart as all the little stitchings come loose, and he slumps into a liquid, boneless form as a dark black and green pool at your feet.
Yeah.
And then Relics like falls on his knees holding what used to be a blob and like end of season or end of game.
End of episode. Like I said, next episode will be called Piss Off Ronan the entire time. It's gonna be great. But also,
What's this button do? What's this button do?
Yeah.
What's this button do?
I saw this down Periscope. You can do this.
Totally works.
And you know what? Because I'm the GM and not Ronan, it probably will.
I feel like I'm gonna find the submarine operator's manual in Traveler so that I can read this and understand how this is supposed to work, so I don't go completely insane.
It's called
I'm gonna-
Sea Strike, and it's in JTAS 12, I think.
I'm gonna watch Hunt for Red October.
Oh yes, I love you guys.
I'm gonna watch Down Periscope.
Down Periscope's pretty good. I watched that today.
Town Periscope is awesome.
Considering my character knows nothing about that, I think that's the perfect one to watch.
So what'd you guys think? Completely from the hip? Theater of the mind, but I think it went off pretty well.
Yeah, very nice.
I agree. I think it went off really well.
I'm a tactical genius, not a threat.
As good as Snake Eyes can possibly do.
Oh, there was lots of snake eyes today.
There was some serious mulligans.
I mean,
Uh,
I won't let a single roll kill you, as we have proven today, because by all accounts, Dodub should not have lived through those snake eyes at the, like, that was the worst possible moment that could have possibly happened.
It was so uber terrible.
you pulled through. We all pulled through.
I did. I got a 1 on my endurance. Woohoo!
Yeah, Hylar does not like flying at all anymore.
It now has a flight
Don't-
pack.
Oh, we've got the video to prove it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore.
That
He
was
doesn't
going
know
out-
that yet.
And what's
that was
really
going
awesome
all
is
over space YouTube.
Jasper thinks that he is the most badass orbital drop trooper. Like, Jasper is like worshiping Hylar. Like, he is so badass and all this shit. And like, what's gonna happen is later on, Marcus is gonna be like, "Hey, you want to see a funny video?"
Right?
And it's just gonna ruin Jasper's innocence.
Nice.
It'll be great.
It'd be like watching a video of Chuck Norris pee his pants.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks everybody on stream for stopping by, and we will catch you next week.